Click play and call it work.
Hey everybody, ominous music playing. Matthew here from MiniWarGaming.com. Welcome to session 2 of our Wrath and Glory Warhammer 40k roleplay campaign. Welcome, of course, to all of our players, guests, and employees alike. And so episode number 2. We'll recap what happened last week in just a moment. But if you're watching this live, welcome. If you're not watching this live, that means you're watching this on YouTube. We film it live or stream it live from 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time to about 4:30, and then we post it the following Friday on YouTube. And so we hope to continue making these streams free. But there is, well, I say free, we obviously need support in order to do that. Twitch subscribers. Oh, there's the podcast as well. Where can we find the podcast, Colin? iTunes?
Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify.
So Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts, you said?
And then that spreads out.
Yeah, and then it gets, and it's probably, you can look at your, whatever podcast software you use, you should be able to find this one too. So Wrath and Glory has been posted in there, the first one. Yes, we are posting these as podcasts as well, in case you want to consume them that way. But anyway. So a big thank you, of course, goes to Ulysses, who sent us all the stuff that we're using, all the rule books and cards and tokens and everything. And also a big thank you to Battle Systems, who's one of our sponsors for this. They actually paid for a bunch of terrain that they sell. Battle Systems sells basically these cardboard type of terrain, which doesn't do it justice calling it cardboard terrain. But it's basically, yeah, it's the kind of the material it's made out of. And then you fit it together, and it looks pretty cool. So it's all pre-printed, and it looks pretty epic once you set up a table of it. We haven't used it yet, not because I don't like it, but because so far I've been finding the Wrath and Glory system to work really well with the Theater of the Mind. But we also haven't done any complex combats yet. So I'm thinking, just like anything else, once the combats get a little more complex, then that's where we'll want to plop down a mat and some terrain and all that kind of stuff. So I can't promise when that's going to happen because I don't know. I'd say from just the little experience we have right now, Wrath and Glory definitely suits Theater of the Mind more than something like Dungeons and Dragons, which I know you can totally play, Theater of the Mind, but I always find myself reaching for miniatures with that game because there's a lot more positioning things and, you know, area of effect things, that kind of stuff. This one has area effect too, but it's simplified, which I like. Some people maybe won't like that, but I think it's a boon to the system. But either way, Battle Systems, thank you so much for sponsoring this. And then tabletopaudio.com, the music you're listening to right now and some of the other music you'll hear is from them. And then I will be playing sound effects and music from Sirenscape, their sci-fi player, as well. So links to all of those in the description below. I think that is our shop talk, all the maintenance stuff. So let us begin episode 2, titled The Happening.
Like the re-happening.
Like, what the heck is happening?
Right. But we just met our guard friends.
That's right. Well, okay, why don't we do a quick recap? Of course, spoilers for anybody who hasn't watched episode 1, but if you're here, then obviously you don't mind. Brander, yes.
Brander.
Well, okay, well, I want everybody to contribute here. So everybody say something that they remember from the previous episode. Hopefully we'll try to do this in order.
I, Wilfric, was able to get us out of our prison cell, and
we're already out of order.
Yeah, we're already out of order. So hopefully in order, and Luca just jumps halfway into the session.
Me.
Let's rewind. Everybody here, for one reason or another, are prisoners. And we're being shuttled to an Imperial transport.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Let's go around the room really quick. I want you to reintroduce your character, what your archetype is, and why you are a prisoner on this Imperial ship. And just so everybody knows, the Imperial ship is a Karak-class transport ship, which is about 2 kilometers in length, and it's titled the Destiny, or just Destiny. It's titled Destiny.
Cool.
All right, I don't care who starts. Just go.
My character, his name is Dutch. He's an Imperial Guardsman from Catachan, and he is a prisoner because he killed his commissar.
And wasn't summarily executed. Why wasn't he just executed on the spot?
Don't entirely know. Well, I mean, Catachans, they normally kill their commissars. I mean, not normally, but
commonly
kill their commissars. But for some reason, Dutch escaped, and but he was captured, and now he's going to face consequences,
All right.
possibly.
So for some reason they didn't kill him.
Yeah, for some
Decided
reason.
to send him to the penal colony, which is where you guys are heading.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. My character is Constantine, a Tempestus Scion. It's important that it's Constantine because there's no E at the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
And if you rearrange the words, it also spells Dylan.
Strangely enough.
Yeah.
I was part of a inquisitorial operation that went bad, and was captured. And now I'm being wrongfully imprisoned.
Right.
I'm Kenya East von Castellan, rogue trader. I got drunk with another rogue trader, and he convinced me to want to live the peasant life for a few nights by saying I could never do it, and I was summarily thrown in prison after accepting.
Welcome to the peasant life of 40K then. Yeah. To the penal colonies. I am Wilfric, retired mercenary, now inquisitorial acolyte, or acolyte to an inquisitor. And I was leading Josh's crew to overthrow the captain of this ship, for we found proof that led to us believing that he did trade in heretical artifacts. But that went south fast, and the captain's trying to keep it hush-hush, and now I'm in here for being a thief.
I'm playing Abigail Nevermore, a ganger, who was arrested for graffitiing the ship.
Right.
Not the one in orbit. That would be impressive.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, one of the shuttles.
Yeah.
That come to and from it.
She's got scaffolding.
It's just.
You give me half a chance and I will.
You imagine just trying to spray paint out in space? Like, yeah, it would project, but it would just kind of like.
Kind of push you backwards at the same
Yeah.
time. No.
What was that old show from the 80s? That teenager who had powers, and he would fly by using aerosol cans.
I was gonna say that was one of the most dad statements I've ever heard. What was that show from the 80s?
I kept going and explaining. Hey, does anybody know that show?
No, but I know The Simpsons did it once.
You used
Yeah.
to fly with aerosol cans?
It's an old show. Like it was even too old for me. Nobody remembers that show or knows what I'm talking
He
about?
flew with aerosol cans?
Well, he could lighten himself, and so then he just used the aerosol cans to give him momentum.
Genius.
He was also super strong. He got hit by some sort of weird beam of energy that this doctor was experimenting with, and it gave him superpowers. It's a really weird show. It's just like a high school.
It's every kid's dream. Getting hit by some weird science beam.
Yeah.
Science.
Okay, so let's continue. So that's why you all were brought to the Imperial transport. Continue.
We got put into a very small cell. Well, small for Luke and our characters.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot how cramped it was. Like, why is it? It was what was it, like 6'6"? Like the roof was.
No,
like
it was 6 feet.
It
was 6 feet?
It was 6 feet.
Oh, our poor guys are hunched over so much.
We got fed gruel that we later learned that we could eat the bowl for sustenance.
It was edible bowl.
Yeah.
Edible.
Edible! It's how it's labeled. It's genius marketing.
Done.
Edible.
Anybody can jump in. Come on. This is your warm up.
So while imprisoned, Kenya made friends with a guard named Brander, who brought him special spiced gruel that tasted awful.
And over again.
The party decided it was best to just hang out and not do much of anything for a while,
That was the plan.
while I fashioned a shiv.
Yep.
From a screw.
From a screw, yeah.
Long screw.
We're on a bolt.
Right.
Yeah.
Bolt a screw.
Then we woke up one day and the doors were open, and
Weird dreams. We had weird dreams.
we had weird dreams.
Yep.
Because we entered the warp. Or from warp.
In the
yeah.
in the immaterium. Maybe the Geller
Yeah,
fields.
you're currently traveling through the warp.
Maybe the Geller fields aren't acting at 100%.
It's been known to happen.
Right.
Yeah. And now we're oot and a boot.
Oot and a boot. We're currently traveling through. Well, we were traveling through the corridors of the other cells, kind of clearing them out as there were prison riots going on. We came toe to toe with other convicts, and they died. And now we came across Brander, who was holding down a position with other guards, and he recognized us and said, hey, you know what? Maybe we can work together. Let's try and make our way to the administorum area? The
records room.
The records
The
room.
administrator's office, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, there was some of the enemies we were fighting, there's something freaky deaky with them not having their eyes open, though. If
That's
I
right.
remember correctly.
Reacting to pain or.
Yeah.
Yeah. We may or may not have killed some guards.
We may or
What
may
do you
not.
mean
take-
Definitely may
What do you
have.
mean we?
We are a group.
Mm.
Oh, I think we both actually found. So we used our final wrath because the session was over to find carapace armor or
over
like
there.
some light flak chest
Yeah.
that was appropriate size for us. And both those guys were freakishly tall like us.
That's why they died first. They
We-
couldn't
we-
avoid
I
anything.
imagine we MacGyvered it a little bit. We bent
Right.
there,
we bent it. We stretched out the.
It's kind of like gladiator armor now, right? One strap's over here, another one's over here.
It's just as effective,
Why not, right?
right?
Yeah, that's basically what happened. So we basically ended at the point where you had just met Brander, and he suggested that you move on, and then that's where we ended because we're out of time.
So now we got the guards as allies. I like this. That's
We have
thanks,
3 guards. There's Brander, and there's 2 other guards that are.
that's
with
thanks
Brander.
to Kenny's character, the rogue trader. I can never remember her name. Kenye.
Yeah, Brander's got an auto gun. You just have stubbers.
It's just rearranging 2 letters in my name.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Okay, so we go back.
You want to play that right away?
I kind of want to.
Okay, yeah, everybody got a campaign card. Well, you want to use it right away? You're welcome to. We're about to just continue on. If you have anything you want to say to Brander or to each other, you can go ahead and do that now.
I'm gonna hold on to it.
Okay, has everybody looked at their campaign cards?
Yes,
Good
I
idea.
think I have a
I'm
good.
minus a surprise.
I just
fine.
don't know if this will happen this session.
I like.
Yeah, you
mine.
lose it by the end of the session.
I know
You'll
that's
get a new
the-
one
that's
next
the
session.
issue.
Everybody starts off with 2 wrath and 1 campaign card.
Should we say what our objectives are for the game, or is?
No.
Okay.
You tell me if you've made your objective, and then you tell me if you think you've made your objective. Then I'll tell you if you have.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold on to it.
Hold on to that.
You're gonna hold on to that.
Yeah, we are traveling through. Yeah, I'll hold on to it.
Okay.
You don't tell me what to do.
Okay, so you ended last time with Brander, and he just kind of he's looking at you guys as the 2 of you are scavenging armor from the other guards. He seems a little upset about that, but at the same time, given the entire situation, doesn't really do anything about it. Luca's character is getting tired for some reason. I guess
You're gonna make me cry. It's
it's
already happening.
It's already happening. Luca can't help but yawn repeatedly whenever I talk.
If it's not me at the center of the conversation at all times, automatically go to yawning.
Yawn. You're like, oh, what's going on here? Okay, so let's talk to Brander.
Ooh.
So you've just got with him, and I don't remember everything that you mentioned to him right at the end of the last time, but let's just repeat that conversation if we need to.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I can't remember exactly. Did we convince him? I thought we convinced
Yeah,
him.
he's joined you.
Let's reconvince.
Yeah, he's currently letting you go around unshackled.
Well, we need.
You talk to Brander now. I'm going to assume that 80% of the time that you guys are talking, it's your character's talking.
Right.
what?
We need to make it to the records room. We need to figure out where our items are located, and that way we can get through this mess together in one piece, or at least a lot more likely to.
Well, that seems fair enough. I don't know where your stuff is, but they would definitely be the records room, the administratum office would definitely house the information for that, if the riot hasn't spread there. Now, unfortunately, the fastest way to the records room is through Delta Brig.
And why is that unfortunate?
Well, that's you guys are an Alpha Brig. There's the levels of the brig determines the dangerous or the danger level, the threat level of the prisoners inside of it. And so there's the Alpha was the lowest security. So that's what you guys were deemed as, people who steal or spray paint or accused of killing their commissars, whatever.
So you just keep the most dangerous guys closest to the administorum?
Well, they're technically closer, but that doesn't mean they're going to be able to get out or anything.
It's a higher level.
Yeah,
security.
because no
Yeah,
one's
higher
ever
level
escaped
security.
from this prison.
Kill the commissar. That sounds even. Yeah, totally.
Hey, welcome to the
Just an accusation, not proven.
allegedly killed the
Right.
commissar.
It's a legend, okay?
Find the body.
Look, he looks very tame and peaceful, right?
No, he really doesn't.
He looks like he belongs on a box of space Wheaties.
Yeah, he's like pure testosterone.
I'd vote him as governor.
Okay, I'm too hot. Colin, you gotta crack the window. Too much laughing.
Yeah.
Too much laughing.
Brandon's just kind of looking at you all as you're having this discussion, and he's like, "You're a strange bunch."
Sorry. Let's.
Voidsman,
I might think
lead the way.
All right, whatever. So he turns and basically they kind of push aside their makeshift barricade that they were using, and you can see ahead there's this strewn with bodies, prisoners and guards alike. And he leads you through that.
I can't remember. Was there like auto guns at this location? Like the two dead guards. What weapons were they using?
Stubbers.
Oh, okay.
The auto guns seem to be rare. He's holding one, but for the most part you come across stubbers and
It's like sidearms.
yeah. They're not. The guards that walk around the prisoners don't carry all their heavy weapons right there, as they're close to the prisoners for some reason. Okay, so you head down the hallway. Hearing, you can hear the sirens blaring off in the distance. You can still hear the distant sounds of gunfire and combat going on, but it always seems to be distant. No matter where you go, it's always around the next corner, and you turn that corner, and everybody there is dead. And you can hear it from around the next corner. You all right?
Fine.
You sure?
I'm good.
He's just thinking of silly situations.
Colin just gave me a smile, and I don't know.
It's your fault, Colin? All right, we'll continue then. So as you're heading over there, you're getting this weird sense of the sound is, it's like almost like a mirage kind of feeling. Like you're like, oh, I can hear it right around the corner. You turn that corner. Nope, they're dead. I can hear it around that corner. I turn that corner. And it's starting to strike you as odd, regardless of what your awareness is. It's just, how come the sound is always just out of your reach? And as you're moving, all of a sudden you feel this, it's not a sound, but the best way to describe it is a sound. It's this deep pulse that just, yeah, no, that's a truck.
That was well timed.
Yeah, that pulses.
Reverberates.
Thank you. I'm like, why can't I think of words? Reverberates through the whole ship. This is boom kind of feel. But once again, you don't hear that, but that's how your brain kind of translates it to sound. And you feel this wash of energy kind of pass over you. And everybody just kind of stops for a moment. And you can, the hairs in your arms and legs, they just kind of go up on straight up as you have this weird sensation passing over you. And as soon as this happens, all of you start to feel this sudden fatigue smash into you. And immediately, you can see the guards as well. The two guards that are with Brander stumble to their knees. You're getting ready to play a card?
Yeah.
Okay. And so what I need for each of you to do is a willpower test.
Ooh. Okay, I'm going to play this anyway.
Okay, what is this?
Faith is my shield. I'm going to make a brief but inspiring statement. Still yourself, men. The Emperor is with us. Boom, done. And we're going to get +2 dice of corruption test for the rest of the scene, but also 1 glory.
Glory for the pool!
We got a glory. Okay, so +2 dice to corruption test?
Yes.
For the rest of the scene.
Okay. Yeah, no, I know what that means.
I am preemptively nervous.
So you're worried that this is something to do with things that'll corrupt you?
My character
so-
is not stupid. He's been down this road before.
Yeah, you've been. Yeah, okay.
You say straight willpower?
So this is a willpower test, but it's going to be a difficult one. We're looking at a difficulty of 4.
My 3 dice against 4. Oh, okay.
Oh, look at that!
Guess I'll just do it.
I got close.
Oh, guess I'll kill it.
Got it.
Anybody pass?
Yeah, I got it.
Can anybody shift or get complications?
I think I might try to pull that die out there and give it a roll.
If we get a crit on, can we add to the...
Yeah, you can still get to put a glory in the middle.
Nice.
I'm gonna
'Cause
steal
you
this
roll-
one
you
and
can
see
get a
if
crit.
I
You
can
roll a 6 in your wrap.
crit or
Yeah.
not fail it.
So
4
you're
up.
I believe in it.
Okay, so we're still at 1 glory.
Oh!
No.
No, you still failed. Did anybody pass?
Yep.
Oh, the 3 of you passed.
Oh, wait.
I got you.
I got the 6 on the wrap there.
Okay, so we have 2 glory now.
2 glory.
Awesome. All right, so those of you who pass, okay, you all sink to your knees and you collapse onto the ground and you're wrestling with this fatigue, and you do all fall asleep. But the ones who pass, so the three of you, as you fall asleep, you all of a sudden you find yourself having very unpleasant dreams. But at the same time, you're able to keep a certain amount of clarity to all of this, and you realize that you are dreaming, and so you kind of start to force yourself out of that. And you're able to mostly resist the dark emotions that seek to overcome you.
Oh.
As for Abigail and
Dylan.
Constantine, you start having some pretty severe nightmares. You feel a huge, overwhelming despair overcome you. And in particular, give me 1 second here. Constantine, you start to have a vision.
Okay.
I'm going to describe the vision in just 1 second.
Vision is forming.
Vision.
Yeah, the vision
blurry.
is blurry right now.
Buffering.
It's buffering. Lag. Okay. So all of a sudden you fall into this trance and you have this vision and you feel like you're no longer you. That you've like one of those weird things where you're observing and yet you are participating. Just the whole confusing parts of the dreams that we often get. You see a mighty and ancient black ship approaching you in space. It's dark, no light on it, but almost as if the whole thing is made of some weird black material just to make it that much more imposing. It's a gothic superstructure that radiates authority. You feel yourself dragged down inside of it, and everything becomes a nightmare of masked guards, squalid conditions, beatings, pain, and fear. The air stinks of fear and blood. The sounds of weeping, screaming, and pain echo through the blackness. In the dark, there are only dreams, and the dreams are nightmares. In a blind panic, you try to send out a warning, a cry for help, but no one answers. No one hears. You cry out louder and louder until something breaks. Not you, but reality itself. Then the vision ends, and everybody wakes up. Now, you've all take D3 shock damage.
Oh.
So go ahead and roll it yourself.
I'm going to suffer a whopping 2.
Oh.
Figures.
Oh, do we do a long rest or anything like that? We're still suffering
You're
from...
you're still whatever you were last session.
That's right, so I'm down to 1
You never
shot.
took any breaks.
I'm almost exhausted here.
Anybody exhausted?
No.
Okay. Next, I need each of you to take a corruption test.
Ooh, we got +2
And
now.
everybody gets +2 thanks to Kenny's speech, or his quick words before you all slump down. Those of you who pass the test, the first willpower test, it's only a difficulty 2.
Is it
corruption
conviction or is it willpower?
It's.
test. Corruption is conviction.
Yes.
So we have +2.
But you all have rule books, so somebody look it up.
That's right. Would you say the difficulty number was?
2 if you passed, 4 if you failed.
Do you roll wrath dice on this?
Yes, you definitely do. Because if you...
Ting.
Did you get a 6?
Yeah, and I get to shift twice.
The shifting won't matter in this case.
I passed
The fact
with
that you got a 6
3.
actually reduces the difficulty by 2, so to a minimum of 1. It makes it even easier.
Yay.
Ooh.
If you... It's okay. If you fail it, whenever you fail a corruption test, you gain 1 point of corruption. Unless you rolled a 1 on your complication. Is that what you did?
Yeah.
In which case you get 2.
What if you succeed and roll a complication? Does the difficulty maybe go up?
I don't think so. Yeah, because it has specific rules for how to treat the wrath die. Basically, if you roll a 6, the difficulty goes down. If you roll a 1, and the test fails, you double your corruption.
Okay.
I think I would have grabbed if I didn't have maximum ruin, I'd probably grab a ruin for that. But I don't think we have to narrate anything else.
I do succeed.
I'm going to spend a Wrath Cullen to go ahead and do a reroll.
Doesn't go on my ruin.
Sorry.
You failed it?
Yeah.
Horribly, it looks like.
I got to pass by 4, right? So
Oh.
I need 1 more.
Is it 4? I thought it was 2.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Nice.
So now we're fine.
Do you have 5 conviction?
I thought it was +2 to it.
Oh,
It
yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
gets +2 dice.
Oh.
Did you add the +2?
I did not.
Wham!
There we go. Okay.
Was it difficulty 4?
So you pass it now?
Except for the
Pass it now.
passes.
Still
Okay.
with the
Two
complication.
for the
The
people.
complication
who
won't
pass.
matter.
Oh.
So has everybody passed this then?
Yes.
Okay.
No, wait, am I able to shift one of those in too?
Yes, if you have an extra 6, you're welcome to shift it to glory.
1 more glory. 2 more glory.
So how many glory in there in total? Just to make sure
4.
we got the right number. 4?
4.
Okay. Because we can only have 7, I think.
And you can only shift up to 1 in there.
Yes.
No matter who rolls.
Yeah, you can't shift more than 1 into the glory pool.
Ultron.
And we're just going to, for the sake of corruption test, we're not going to worry about excess shifting or complications besides what they already do. Okay, so you all wake up, lying on the ground. Some of you have like a pile of drool if you're prone to drooling while you're sleeping. But you all feel very not rested. This give you no amount of sleep. You don't know how long you were out. You each kind of awaken at different times, but all within a few minutes of each other.
I wake up and...
The last one to wake up though is Constantine.
Does everyone look deeply disturbed by this?
Visibly sweating.
Visibly sweating?
Yeah. Look at
How do the guards look?
They look upset. Like Brander's like, "What the crap was that?"
Like, well, alright. We gotta keep going. Forget this.
Forget that. You just randomly fall asleep and have nightmares, and you just forget it.
Would you rather go backwards?
Oh, I don't know what I'd rather do, but I just
Carry
how can you
forward, Voidsman.
how do you just have an experience like that and then just carry on?
Trust me, the truth wouldn't settle your mind. You're better in ignorance. You're better off in ignorance.
What the crap does that mean?
Now ask your mother.
I can't remember who she is.
Oh, sad.
Ganger on a hive world.
Well, even a scumbag needs a good mother, right? Or a bad mother to explain why you're a scumbag.
That would explain why she can't remember.
Yeah, there you go.
Do the guards seem to not be willing to?
No, they're
proceed?
willing.
Okay.
Just want to see if there's anything else anybody wants to do or say.
I check my stuff. Do I have all 3 of my things?
Everything's still there. Nobody's taking anything.
I think I'm ready to take a little bit of a walk before I reveal what happened to the superior officer. Yeah, I'm good to move along if you're waiting for me.
Okay. Okay. So you continue heading into the ship. Continue, and once again finding more dead bodies and signs of rioting everywhere, but yet never coming across people currently in the riot. After probably another half an hour of traveling, because you're kind of going slowly, being very cautious, Brander and his guards are checking corners and clearing rooms that you come across just to make sure there's no threats hiding there. Everybody's on edge. You come to the corridors start to widen and the junctions start to get larger. In one large junction, you come across a very weird scene, and in the middle of this large junction, which is a wide junction, so it's got the one that you're coming in, and there's 2 other exits. In the middle, there is a pile of dead bodies, and by pile I mean, you've been passing dead bodies everywhere, but in this case, they've all been piled together. And as you get closer to that, you see movement as well, and as you ready yourself, you notice that the movement is from servitors, non-combat servitors, and they're each dragging the bodies and throwing them onto this pile in the large junction. And as you get closer to this junction, assumingly slowly, that's when you start to pick out several combat servitors. So they have these big, the big clamp hands kind of thing, and they're all standing in a circle around the pile, just observing all these other servitors throwing these bodies into it. How would you like to approach this?
From this distance, could I look around get a visual look of the area around this pile, looking for markings or anything like that?
Markings of what? What are you looking for exactly?
Cult insignia, any ritualistic markings?
Like on the walls or on the bodies?
Pillars, near the bodies, anything like that?
As you basically, you can give me an awareness test. We'll give it just a difficulty of 3 to pick out any details in the scene that I did not already give you.
Okay. I got it was 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh.
So you got 3 shifts. What would you like to do with those shifts?
Oh yes, I could shift 3 times, eh? Okay, so what I'm gonna...
That's a big shift. So
Wait, it was difficulty 3? Yeah, so I'll shift 3 times, and I'm going to look for, because obviously a very odd scene already, I'm gonna look to see if there's anything not servitors nearby, anything that would be overseeing this work, maybe.
One thing you do pick out, one of the combat servitors seems different than the rest. From this distance, it would have been hard otherwise, but because of your triple shift, your eagle eye vision just hones in.
I know what I'm looking
and
for.
you pick out this one servitor, and you can see weird mutations on it. And its face is, it has growths on its face. You can see its arms. One of its arms is shriveled up. This non-combat arm is shriveled up, but the other one has grown larger, almost making up for that. And you notice its mouth moving, and even from this distance, you can pick out its words carried over the air, almost as if it's standing there doing a bit of a chant. But I don't know if chanting's the right word, but it's definitely muttering something over and over and over again. You're too far away to tell what.
Right.
But there's one combat servitor that seems different than the rest. The rest of them are all just standing there mindless like they normally would. But this one seems to stand out from the rest.
All right. Approach slowly.
Oh, sorry. And you also notice that there's one other exit to the room, which is not just the two other corridors, but there's also a hatch on the ground that, even from this distance, you pick out that it looks like a service hatch of some sort with some sort of security panel on as well.
How far away is that security hatch?
You're like about 50 meters away. That's about how far you guys are away from it. And yet he picked out all these details from that distance.
And that security hatch is where the servitors are.
There's basically the pile of bodies, and it's like right next to the bodies. So you'd be coming in, there's a pile of bodies, there's this hatch. The servitors are all around. The one special one is on the other side, and then there's two other exits. And you can see everybody else can see the motion of servitors coming in, dumping bodies, and then leaving, and coming back, dumping
more
bodies,
bodies,
and leaving. It's a strange place. It stands out as odd to all of you. Like, yes, of course they would be on cleanup duty, but...
And there's no familiar markings on pillars or walls near this pile? Okay.
There's no like second floor kind of like gantry ways or
No, you're still in a corridor.
in a corridor. Okay.
Yeah. You got all sorts of stuff happening. Like there's pipes, and you hear the hum of the fans and the buzz of the lights and that kind of stuff. But other than that, there's no servo skulls floating around. Like everything's eerily undisturbed until this point.
I guess a good plan of action is to approach slowly. Seems to be. Would I be aware of this as being like cult workings?
It doesn't really come across that way.
No. Okay.
They are acting totally strangely, though.
Expect them to be hostile.
All right, sir. How do we proceed?
Slowly. Sneak.
Brander, is there no other way around? Or do we have to go this direction?
Well, it's a main junction. There's always other ways around, but it would take us a lot more time. Like that's one of the main junctions, so we'd have to backtrack almost the entire way that we came and find a different direction. As this ship is a maze of corridors, I'm familiar with it, so I can keep guiding you through it. But the main, once we're in a main corridor now, like this area, this is one of the main tunnels and one of the main hallways, and so those span the ship. So this is the fastest way. You go through here, you get there much quicker. But yeah, we could always backtrack and go a different way if that's what you prefer. But I've not been able to reach any of the guards in any of the areas, so I doubt that other areas will be any friendlier.
Where does that hatch go over there?
Well, that was going down to the service tunnels, the maintenance tunnels right below.
Would that get us to the offices quicker, safer, more unaware?
Nope, and nope. Well, yes, to the last one, but I'm not super familiar with the maintenance tunnels because I'm not maintenance. They're more cramped. They're, that's where more of the pipe work and all that kind of stuff goes through. But if you wanted to avoid notice, there's a lot less workers and crew down the maintenance tunnels below each of the corridors. But I wouldn't suggest going down there because I don't know my way around.
Yeah. We don't have to go that way.
So through the door?
Yeah.
It's not a door. You're still just in a corridor, and then it opens up into like a junction. So just like a larger room-like thing. But
Yeah. Through the junction, but Is there how many servitors were there that I could pick out? Or is there like a procession of like they're leaving this corridor?
There's 7 combat servitors, including the one that's odd. And then there's lots of other non-combat servitors moving around. But you also can't see into the other hallways yet. You're not close enough. So if, like you go up here, there's a room, and then those things. You're still here, so you can't see anything else.
Yeah.
You can just see into the middle of the room, so you can just see them coming and going. So you don't know. But the ones that you can from here, you can see 7 of them surrounding it.
I say we try and walk through, and they're servitors. They're programmed. It's fine.
They are acting somewhat peculiarly, though.
I'd expect them to be
You mean like a
hostile.
lobotomized machine?
I'd say
Especially the one with the mutated arm. That's a little bit weird.
I'll approach. I guess I'll try and
Strong, hey?
slowly, stealthily approach the main entrance to this large junction through the
Okay.
corridor.
You by yourself? What's everybody else doing?
How far away is the entrance to this main?
50 meters.
50 meters, eh? I'll go on my own. Okay, I want to wait back here and I'll go scout ahead. Am I the best at stealth?
What's your stealth?
I'm only 6.
I'm at 8.
I'm at 5.
They're not fine.
Well, I guess I wouldn't know your skills at it. I'll suggest myself, but if you want to volunteer and come along as well.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
All right. Let's both go.
I'm used to playing in the jungle.
It's true. You can catch it.
Stealth.
Well, hold on. Let me tell the number before you roll. It's okay. Hold on to it.
It's a pretty good roll.
It shouldn't be too hard to go pass unaware from the combat servitors, as far as you can tell. So we're going to make this a difficulty 3.
Got it.
Can you shift?
I'll shift 1 and
You
I'll.
can throw it into glory, or you can come up with some other effect because of it. You got it. You just shift. You just made it.
Yeah.
I can't even. Glory.
Glory. Another glory.
5.
Another glory. Huzzah! Okay, so the 2 of you go up ahead, and you're able to. There's all sorts of places to hide. There's, as much as it's a hallway, there's like a servo hauler right here, and you can creep behind that. And there's some crates over here. You're able to creep behind that. There's a pile of dead bodies there. You're able to kind of like mingle amongst them. And you get closer, and so you get close enough now that you can peer in, and you can see out the other way too, and you can see lots of servitors everywhere. And as you peer down the other junctions, you do see more combat servitors down the hallway as well, just kind of standing and still, scattered about. Just at a quick glance, you see another dozen between the 2 hallways, for as far as you can see. And there's a lot of you see basically as you're observing, you see servitor walk up to a dead body and pick it up, and drag it back like by its foot, and throw it onto the pile. Another one will pick it up with its 2 arms, bring it back, drop it onto the pile. And they seem to have cleared out a lot of the corridors, and they keep going deeper and pulling more bodies in.
How tall is this pile of bodies now? Just like
It's a few feet now, like a 3 or 4 feet.
certainly got a lot to work
Other than
with.
that, you don't see any more details than what I've already given you.
This is just too many hostiles to deal with.
Yeah.
We have to take another path. I think so. We have to go back.
Well, so there's 2 paths, and we ended up, where? Right?
Yeah, you're still in the first path.
We're showing the first path. And we see
Pretty much the expanse of this room.
and 12 combat, so there's no way.
Well, there's the 7 in the immediate room. The other 12 are further away. So it depends on what you want to do. Assuming that they're hostile too.
I'm going to assume they're hostile. That's, yeah.
And that hatch is still near that where the 12 are, near where that body is, correct?
Not near the 12.
No.
You haven't. Okay. So you're having a hard time picturing this. So let me.
Might need a map.
Yeah.
Like a little doodle.
Little doodle. It's pretty simple.
Why is there 2 bottles there now?
There's 2 bottles there now? Ooh.
Which one's cold? This one's cold.
Quite. Water break. Look at everyone drinking.
Getting hydrated. Don't spill it.
I'm hiding.
Okay.
We don't want the stream to go down.
There's our junction. Everybody looking?
That's right. That's right. Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a pile of bodies. There's the servitors around it. There's the hatch. There's you 2 hiding right now.
Oh,
looking
okay, I
in.
see.
And down these hallways, you notice how there's combat servitors.
And that's where they're dragging bodies from there as well.
They're also dragging bodies from there.
Yeah.
Like a
Now,
weird
as I
alien
say that,
rabbit.
as you're standing there, some of the servitors that came this way, they start to come in your direction. Whether they notice you or not, you can't tell. But they start passing you, and they start picking up bodies and dragging
that
them
are
down that
near
hallway
where we
too.
were. Yeah. Okay.
And while you're sitting there contemplating, you do notice a few of the servitors over here start to wander in your direction as well.
Like more than there were like they've been alerted. Okay, geez.
No, not that they've been alerted, but just you can't tell if they've been
Are
alerted.
they coming in pairs or like a single file kind of
Just like there's like one coming from here, there's two coming from this
pretty
side.
random?
Yeah.
And these are the ones carrying, or these are the
No,
battle
combat
ones?
servitors.
These are
There's
combat
there's
ones.
regular servitors passing you right now.
Okay.
Whether they notice you or not, they're they don't give that away in the way that they act.
A couple combat services approaching though.
Yeah.
Now, how far ahead have they gotten from the rest of the group?
40 meters.
40 meters, yeah.
So they're still in your sight. You can see the servitors coming in, and you can kind of see where they are because they weren't trying to hide from you.
Are there bodies near Wilfric and I?
Yeah, there's lots of bodies.
Are we hiding currently behind a pile of bodies or?
No.
Okay, good.
As you're sitting there thinking what to do, the combat servitors now enter the corridor that you are in.
Yep.
And they pass you.
Yeah.
And you watch them go past about 15 meters, and then they kind of line up on the walls. They can get out of the ways of the servitors, and they appear to kind of like power down.
You're guarding this area now as they collect bodies.
And that's one thing you notice too, is the ones down the hallways seem powered down, like they're just kind of like this, whereas the ones around the body seem more alert. So your intuition tells you that they have cleaned out a lot of those hallways, and now they're starting to clean up this hallway.
Yeah, that's what I'm picking up here. I'd like to try and take him out, but I mean, I can't even imagine how tough a servitor is. Would I know how tough a servitor is? Something like quickly, like just like a stealth try and take out.
You could handle them with all your equipment. Without your equipment, they are a little armored. They're pretty resilient, but for the most part, they fall pretty quickly once you get past them. They're easy to hit. They're slow and cumbersome, so their defense isn't very high. They can pack quite a punch with their serval arm, as you might imagine.
Would we be able to communicate through like commands, like hand signals?
I don't think everybody would be familiar with the same hand signals.
Right.
A rogue trader and like the ganger would have her own thieves' cant. The rogue trader would, I don't know if he knows anything. And then the inquisitor,
His daddy
knows
it.
yeah,
His
yeah,
daddy
he
knows
just knows
everything, so he
money.
doesn't have to.
He just knows money.
I know.
Here, I'll try and do some hand signals, and you just tell me if you understand or not.
Okay.
Okay.
He knows the last two very well.
Gonna come back and attack the guards.
Now, are you confident with what I want you to do?
I know what I want you to do, but should we do it?
So you shake your head?
He's gonna stab Luca 23 times.
Yeah, I don't know if we should do it or not. So I'll be like,
This is a good opportunity to take them out.
My character's getting impatient.
but
Yeah, what are the three of you doing? You're just kind of watching them sit there.
Yeah, we're like
Trying to figure out what they're doing.
we're looking in the hallway. 3 people's heads poking around the corner. Servers walk up, go to sleep.
I want to take out the servitors while they're asleep. Quietly.
we do we have to though?
We might have to.
Why?
I kind of just
Well,
want to put my frag
I'm
grenade.
trying to
Like,
understand.
if we can just walk away, you know what I mean?
Why-
Every
why would
encounter
you
has
do
to
that?
be
I don't know,
dealt with.
he's worried about it
This is
being
true.
heretical.
But what if like
Says the cat a chance.
a slight
It's true.
If they were doing
a
the
slight
original, there
alarm
won't
could
be
wake
any
them
more.
up though?
I think he does have the authority.
This is me
here. I think
signaling.
We should
This
wait
is-
for his signal.
We're signaling this conversation.
As far as I know, I have the authority here.
I'm pretty sure neither of you had the authority here.
I'm the only one with
Who are you
confirmed
again, Scum?
paperwork.
We're wearing the same jumpsuit.
Oh.
It's true right now.
All right, so I'll look to you and be like,
Damn.
Okay. So I'm going to attempt a stealth check.
Okay, hold on. Tell me what you want to do. I'll tell you what checks to make.
Okay, that's true. I, hoping to have convinced Vito's character,
touch.
Dutch, thank you. I kept saying Chuck in my head.
Chuck.
Chuck.
Check.
To stealthily approach these two currently asleep combat servitors and try and time it.
There's 3 of them.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah, all together though. It's almost like they're a mob.
Well, that well, I guess if we attack a mob, it's kind of the same mechanics where you can kind of quickly kill 2 in one go.
Is it possible to assess to see how, like, to power them down? Not power. I guess you're currently powered down, right?
Yeah, if you're good at tech.
I'm okay at tech. I'm just average tech man.
Do you have any training in tech?
Nope.
Then you'd have no idea.
I do have 6. So what was it you were trying to ask? Like
Just a completely, like there's no, instead
Oh
of,
yeah, like I guess there's that. Is there a switch that would permanently turn them off, or is it just easier just to damage them so much that they can't come back online?
Well, what you would know about servitors? What's your tech level?
6.
6. So is that total? Like
Total.
What's your tech level?
Oh, sorry, my
Not your tech test level.
Sorry, 3.
3.
Average.
Okay, so an average. You would know that there's no switch. There's no just
Right.
button to turn them off. They're resilient, but
If I do enough damage to them, they won't turn back on.
yeah, because what do you have? You have your
Shock maul.
Your shock maul, like you know, they'll be subject to the agonizing, brutal damage the shock maul does.
What are you equipped with? You still have a knife? You have shock maul now.
no, I have my knife and a stubber.
Ooh.
So he's pretty strong.
He's strong, yeah.
Yeah, strength 4.
What side are the 2 on? Are they on my side or his side?
His side.
I'll
There's
trust
3.
him.
There's 3 of them.
Oh, yeah, he's got 2, but I got 1.
Oh, I see. Because but they're all close together.
Okay. So what I would like to try and do for both of us is to attempt a stealth move where we approach the combat servitors while they're shut down, try and do enough damage to them and drag their bodies into a secluded area quickly, while the other servitors are maybe not, or their backs are turned, or they're maybe not paying attention.
Okay, so what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you do the attack first, because you've already got them by surprise.
Okay.
And then after the attack, what you're trying to say is you'd like to hide after that.
If there's any way to kind of quickly stab and grab the body and like there you
We'll see. We'll see how your attack goes
That's fair.
before we determine the difficulty of the stealth.
I want to hand signal to him if you could understand it.
Right.
You're like 15 feet away from each other.
So we
If
can
you whispered,
Can
you
we
would
whisper?
hear each
Okay.
other.
Okay.
Well, I don't want. Maybe they'll hear us then.
That's true. They would. The ones that are right close to you would.
Is there anyone within 15 meters of us?
Within 15 feet.
15
Sorry, I'm
feet.
switching between feet.
Yeah. It's
but you're about 3 meters away from each other. So
Okay.
you're literally like
Oh, okay.
you to the wall.
Oh,
That's how
alright.
wide it is.
Well, is there a way for us to like tag team on one? Like we can work in sync on one to like try to.
Well, they'll count as a
they-
mob.
They're
so
a
you don't
mob,
have to worry
so
about that.
essentially I attack.
You're thinking too hard here. You want to
Okay.
attack the servitors, telling me you want to attack the servitors.
Yeah.
You'll have surprise.
Essentially, we're attacking
unless you
with
take
surprise.
much longer to decide what you're going to do, then you're going to have a surprise.
Okay.
Because essentially, mechanically, the way I look at it is one of us is going to go, then we're going to have to spend a glory to take the initiative and attack again,
Right.
kind of thing. Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
If you want to do that.
I would love to try and do that.
Okay.
Sure.
Who's going first then?
What's your web skill?
Don't talk numbers here.
No
All
table
right.
talk.
Which one of
You
you
somebody
is
throw
going to go
dice.
first?
I want to go first.
Okay. So you get 2 extra dice.
So I got the I only 6.
You get 2 extra dice because they're surprised,
Okay, so 6,
and you'll get 1 extra die to your damage too.
So 10, throwing 10.
Their defense is 2.
Okay, I got them. I'm going to shift some extra dice into damage here.
You got 4 dice you can shift.
So-
Where's your wrath die? Oh, it's
2.
one.
I got a 2. So
So you're gonna shift all 4 dice into damage?
yes.
Oh wait, no, you don't want to do that. It's a mob.
Oh yeah, it's.
So what was
I
your-
want
what-
extra hits. So I had 3 misses altogether.
So
I
you
had
had, that
3.
was not a 6 though. So you had 3
No, it wasn't.
icons and 4 exalted.
Right.
So if you keep, because there's 3 of them. So
There's
1,
defense.
2, 3. So you have to use 2 of those 6s to hit all 3 of them,
Then I'll do that.
and then you can shift the other 2 dice to damage.
That's what I'll do. Okay, I forgot for the mob rule.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you go in there and just or maybe not yelling, but
Bonk, bonk.
Yeah, shock ball, right? And it's going to be damage. So it'll be 4 extra dice and damage 10.
Why
8.
4 extra dice
Because it's 2 extra dice base plus the 2 I shifted.
plus the 1 extra for.
Oh, so an extra 5. So it'll be 5 extra dice plus a total of 8 damage.
So 8 plus the 5 dice.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16
Okay,
damage.
you kill all 3 of them quite quickly. But you do find yourself hitting a little hard. So you're just like blam, 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 and they violently fall fall down. So now I want you both to make a stealth test, but it's going to be difficulty 5
Woo! I believe in you.
because you did it so noisily.
Okay, my stealth was. Did you
Failed
make it?
and got a complication.
Hey Vito, did you roll above a 3 on those 8 dice?
One, 2, 2.
It was difficulty 5.
Yeah.
Ah,
So you got 3 so far.
I'll use a wrath. I'm kind of curious to see if I can keep myself.
Okay, so
quiet.
Luca's
must
using a
spend
wrath.
to reroll.
Oh, you can't re-roll the complication though.
Okay.
So I got a comp. Does it if I reroll the wrath die into a complication, does that count?
Yep.
Oh, hey, look at that. I also
So your complication too.
So there's 4. 5.
So you got it.
Yeah, 6. I got
You
it.
get your shift.
You got it with the complication. You got it with the complication, and
And
you
I
can shift.
I can shift the
8
die.
dice and then a single 3.
Okay. So how about what I want to say here for my complication is we go.
Yeah. What do you want for your complications?
I'll say mine is the goal was to try and hide the bodies after attacking them. With my shift, I'll say I'm able to hide 1 or 2 of the bodies, and 1 I didn't have enough time to before one of the servers start patrolling back.
Okay. So they're definitely going to notice something's going on, but that's not you. They won't see you. What about you? What's your complication? So
My
you're obviously hidden, but what? So you hide, but
I don't know. So I'm hidden, but my complication will be that
if I needed more rune, I would take it. I wish I could go above 5.
I dropped.
I got it. I
Okay.
got it. I got one for you.
Okay, sure.
Because we're not just going to drop, I hide, but I drop my weapon.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay, you guys hide successfully, but they notice the other 3.
Jeez.
And so the 7 servitors that were all standing around the pile of bodies, all of a sudden they turn and they start going at their jogging paces past the 2 of you down the hallway, straight towards the 3 of you.
Oh, we're gonna keep this one kind of.
So we're going to start a new round. We'll call that the surprise round, even though it's not the thing. But just because of the way it is. So the 3 of you can see them coming. They're about 40 meters away.
We got company.
40 meters, huh?
Yeah. So you guys can go first, between the 5 of you.
I'm okay to jump out of cover and start mauling them.
You'll have surprise. The 2 of you will have
Yeah.
surprise.
As they, I'll wait till they're within range for me to jump.
They're
out.
right next to you right now.
Okay, then I'd love to take the jump. Unless you want to take the jump first this
You
time.
go ahead.
Okay.
And this is the.
Okay, are you attacking the special one or the rest of them?
Ooh.
The special one stands out. The rest of them are a mob.
Is the special one whichever one's closest to me?
They're all kind of close. You could jump into the middle of all of them basically.
I'm gonna jump.
This is the group of 12.
No, this is 7.
This is the 7 one, right?
Okay,
There
I'm gonna-
are more servitors down the other hallways, but as of yet, you haven't noticed any of them coming your way.
I'm gonna just jump into the fray and just start attacking the mob of servitors, the combat servitors.
Okay.
3,
So you get an extra 2 dice to the attack because you have them surprised.
7, 8, 10
So
dice.
it's
Here's hoping.
Defense 2. Can you do it?
Yeah, I can. So I got 2, and I could, and I
Shift
for,
2
for,
dice?
for every 2.
Yeah, that's right. For every 2, you can hit another one.
So 1, 2,
So you hit 3 in total
and I'll use a glory to maybe get an extra 1.
because you have 1 extra. Yeah, you can roll 4 plus.
No.
No.
So
So
I
you
hit,
just used a glory. So you hit 3 out of the 6.
yes.
So you get an extra die to the damage plus whatever. No, you didn't shift anything.
Right. Oh, that's right. And so I got 3 dice in total. Gives me an extra damage for a total of 9 damage
9 damage. Hold on.
with a shock maul.
9 damage. Oh yeah, so it's actually brutal. So 3s count.
I only got. Oh, and 2
5s
extra
count,
damage.
And 5s count as 2.
Oh, is that? Oh, that's kind of cool. Turns into exalted icon, eh? So that's a total of 3 extra damage, so 11.
11 damage.
And it's
Okay, yeah, you hack through 3 of the 6.
7. Was there 7?
Well, there's 7, but one of them special. The other 6 are.
Gotcha. Okay.
So there's 1 and the 6, and you just killed 3 of them. So there's 3 of them left. So you just kind of jump into the middle of it all and hack away. At this point,
Vito's going to take one of the glory out of the
you want to
center.
spend a glory to go
Yeah.
a second time?
Yeah.
All right. Are you going to attack the special one or the other 3?
I'm gonna attack the special one.
Okay, so the special one is special. His defense
know.
is 4.
Ooh.
Okay.
He is still unaware of you, so you get an extra 2 dice to your attack roll.
Okay.
And an extra die to your damage.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my stubber.
Okay, you're going to shoot him?
Yeah.
Just defense 4. Dude. Okay, you got it. No shifts. Oh, there's a 6.
There's a 6
Sorry, I
in
can't see it. So you can shift that 1 to damage, or you can throw it into glory if you like.
I'll shift that to damage.
Okay, so you get an extra die as well because he is surprised for the damage.
Okay, so we'll do. So that's extra damage, correct?
So you should have 3 dice
3 dice.
because your stubborn is 1, 7 plus 1,
Yep.
plus 1 for
For
the surprise,
surprise.
and plus 1 for shift.
For shift. Okay.
So 7 plus
Ooh. Plus an extra. That's
2.
2.
So 9 damage.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Actually, does affect him. You feel like it, yeah, as you kind of peel into him, it just kind of it hits a thick fold of skin, and it stops for a second, and then it turns and faces you.
Great.
Thanks for taking one for the team there, Bob.
You know what? I'm going to try to soak that. So I'm using a ruin. A ruin was used. He's got a soak of 5. I just need to get one of them. Oh, I only got one. So he takes a shock damage instead. So... Okay, so he seems to absorb it. And barely notice it.
Okay.
Okay, so he's going to go next, and he comes charging right at you with his huge servo arm. He's got a weapon skill of 7. What's your defense?
2.
Gee.
Goodbye, Dutch.
No, Dutch is fine. Dutch is brave.
Okay, so he gets you, and he can shift 1 die. And so he is going to do... Oh! No, it's unwieldy. He cannot shift a die. I needed that to make it with my unwieldy. .13 damage. I rolled high.
What?
Okay.
So what's your resilience without your armor? Oh, you have some armor on. So what's
Yeah.
your resilience right now?
It is 6.
And how much of that is with your armor? Your resilience 6?
Yeah.
Is
7.
No, so it's normally 7, but
Aren't
I'm
you tough?
armor 2. So I have 4,
Oh,
but I'm
that's
armor
your
2. That's my
actual
flak armor, but I'm wearing the slightly
So you're
less armor.
7, but with 3, because this is actually AP minus 3, so it's going to ignore your armor. So your resilience is only 4 then.
Yeah,
not
okay.
only 9 damage.
So 9 damage.
Okay.
So you want to soak that?
Yeah, I'm gonna soak that.
So it costs you a shock just to soak.
Okay. And then how does that work again?
You're going to roll your soak,
Soak.
which is your toughness.
My
What's your soak?
My soak currently is 3. So that's.
Hold on,
3.
your toughness 3?
Yeah.
I thought you made Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I made shooting Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh. I'm like, what is this
No, what is
toughness 3 nonsense?
Arnold Schwarzenegger can be very strong. He might just be very,
These are just gym muscles.
right. Like,
All right, roll the 3 dice.
who knows? He may not be able to take
There's
a
no
hit.
wrath die in here.
You ever seen anyone hitting Arnold Schwarzenegger?
So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you convert 4 of those wounds to shock.
Okay.
How much shock do you have left?
I only have 3 shock.
Okay, so you lose those 3 shock, become exhausted,
Yeah, I'm exhausted.
and you reduce the damage by 3 then. Oh no, hold on. Did you have 3 shock before you lost the 1 for trying to soak?
So I had 3 shock. So I had 5 shock, and then I took 2 from.
No. Right now, how much shock did you have when he hit you?
3.
Okay, so you only absorbed 2 of them then, because it costs you a
Okay.
shock just to
So I
try.
have 1 left.
No. You use all 3 of your shock.
Okay.
But
yeah.
you used 1 of them to be able to try to soak.
Okay.
So then you had 2 shock left, so you soaked 2 of them.
I soaked 2 of them.
So you took 9 wounds, but you actually take 7 wounds
I mean,
and
you're
2 shock.
exhausted. I think he's
Okay.
No,
How many wounds do you have?
dirt.
So I have 5 wounds to begin with.
Okay, you're down then.
Okay, I'm down.
Okay,
that
after
was
all
a-
that, do you
that was a
understand though how we got
Yeah.
there?
That was a nasty hit.
When you soak, you spend a shock just to say you're soaking, regardless of what happens. Then you
Yeah.
roll your soak every 4 plus
And then yeah.
is 1, every 6 is 2, and whatever your total is, you convert wounds to shock.
No, he's only got 1 plant.
Yeah, so he just comes over and just bam, lands him
He's
down.
got a little Tyrannosaurus arm and 1 big clacker.
Oh dear.
Okay, and then I'm going to spend a ruin to have the other
Go.
3 combat servitors go next, and they're going to attack you, and they're going to be doing a combined attack.
Yes, I'm defense 3.
Good job.
Your defense 3.
I'm defense
Their weapon skill is 5.
3. Okay.
But there's 2 extras helping, so we're adding those 2 dice.
Not good.
They rolled a 6 on the wrath die, so I get a ruin. I'm back up to 4 ruin. And I rolled really well. So sorry, what's your defense? 3? But it's unwieldy. So 1, 2, 3, so I actually have to roll 5. Okay, I get to shift 2 dice to damage.
It's still pretty spooky.
It's AP minus 3, by the way.
I have no armor then.
Wouldn't roll as well as I did for him, so 10 damage.
Okay, well, I am resilience 5, so
So you take 5.
5. I have, I'm going down 2 because I only have 1 shock and I can't soak.
So you go down to the other 3 combat servitors?
I do. I only have 3 wounds left.
Okay. All right, so you see the 2 of them go down. Just boom! Just like that. Oh, you guys need your armor.
Less chance of me hitting them when I shoot now.
Yeah, they're prone.
That's a plus.
Well,
It's getting
we're
warm in
good
here.
to
Can we
go
open that
now.
window?
I guess I could use wrath on something there.
You guys ready for
Oh, goodness.
classic
Window
guard
open.
strategy? First rank
Warm.
fire, second rank fire?
Yeah.
You're 40
I'm
meters away at this
comfortable.
point.
Are you?
Yeah, I'll take the +2 difficulty modifier.
Yeah.
No, I don't mind.
Okay, who's going next, though?
Giving me shock back. I was thinking about
It
using a
doesn't
wrath,
matter,
but it
yeah.
wouldn't have helped.
Go for it.
I'm going to shoot the mob,
From 40 meters away.
which gives me +2 difficulty.
They're pretty easy though. They're defense 2, so you need to get 4.
Are you getting an aim for the extra die too?
Are you
I'm
standing
gonna,
still?
I'm gonna aim.
That makes sense.
I forgot about aiming.
Okay.
Oh no!
I have a complication.
But it hit.
I'm gonna shift this die.
We want to hit multiple guys.
Yeah, no, you're shooting a mob.
Final shoot.
The higher the better. So
I'll
you, it's
shoot-
difficulty 4. So what did you get?
You got a 6 in total.
I got
So you
6
get, so you hit 2 of them. So the combat complication.
gun explodes.
You take 18 more wounds.
128 mortal wounds.
Yeah, so you basically trip as you're firing.
Oh wow, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
You're staying still.
The character's attack causes them to become restrained. Perhaps the character's footing is uncertain, or they have been entangled in something in the environment. So as you lean over whatever you're doing, you take a shot. Tell me how this happened. How did you all of a sudden find yourself entangled in something?
I take a shot and I find my foot very quickly entangled in a bunch of cabling laid across the floor,
Yeah, and it kind of trips you up as you take the shot.
wiggling my foot loose.
You're going to have to take an action,
We need our
a
guns.
strength test of DN4. So just pass this down until you get rid of it
Oh no,
on your turn to become free of all of this.
I live here now.
All right, so damage. So you hit 2 of them.
So 7 plus 1 ED. So 7.
Okay, you get their resilience. They're a resilience 7, and so you're going to do D3 shock damage to each of them instead. So roll once.
3.
3. Okay. So you roll 3. So you do kill 2 of them then, because mobs, if they lose all their shock, they go down. So you do kill 2. There's 1 left, and there's the other one.
The big one.
Well, it's not bigger. It's just distorted.
Yeah. I'll open up on the fancy looking one and I'll aim.
All right. His defense is 4. Are you at long range?
Yep.
You mean beyond your range?
Yes.
So it's a 6 defense then.
Okay.
It's terrifying.
Let's see if I hit him.
Yeah.
I don't. I come close.
You got 4. Do you want a wrath reroll?
I'm kind of
Or
low
do
on
you
wrath
want
right
a
now.
glory try for the 6?
Yeah, you can shoot for
Yeah,
a
you
6.
go try to roll a 6, but as soon as you do that, though, you can't do
Shuts
any
down the
rerolls.
sequence?
You can't reroll. You have to reroll and then use the glory die.
He's 40 meters away.
Yeah,
we're
it'll take him a
fine.
while to get there. I'm okay.
You're okay? Just gonna leave
Yep.
it as is. All right, Abigail.
I can't even shoot long range at anything.
Your pistol is too short range. Yeah, what were you firing?
It was a stubber.
20 meters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you're
you
good.
said we're what, like 40 out?
You're 40.
But that's long range?
Yeah, you can go double your range at plus
Yeah.
2 difficulty.
I won't hit it.
Oh, her ballistic skill
You're
is...
worried about losing your gun again?
No, my list skill is 3.
Oh, you could roll 666.
No, I can't. we've done this enough. I can't.
So what would you like to do then on your
I
turn?
would like to try and get Brander and the guards to start moving up so we can reclaim those bodies.
Take ground.
So what, okay,
Yeah.
go ahead. What are you going to say to
So
them?
slowly.
Good idea.
What are you going to say to them?
I'm going to point out that the 2 giants up there just got knocked over. We need to go get them.
All right, give me a leadership test. We're going to make it difficulty 4.
Difficulty 4. 2, 3, 4.
4? No complications
No
or anything?
complications.
Okay, so they seem hesitant, but Brandon then turns to the other two and is like, let's go get them. They're just a couple, most of them are down. So the 3 of them then advance. Brander closes the distance as much as he can. He's got a speed of 6, so he can move 6 meters. So he's still 34 meters away, but he's got his auto gun out, and he starts taking shots with that. So he's in range, because it's 48 meter range, but he's not in rapid fire range. And he's got a ballistic skill of 6. I'm going to randomize which one he decides to shoot at. Okay, he's going to shoot at the big one, or the tougher one, I should say. So defense 4. Nailed it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can even shift one of them to damage, which is good, because you need it. What was the resilience on that one? Okay. So he's going to do 7 damage plus 8, which happens to be its resilience. So he's doing 3 shock damage to it instead. So he did some damage to it. The other 2 just have they're stubbers, so it's long range. So it's going to be defense 6. The one misses.
Ooh.
The other one, 1, 2, 3, 4,
You're
5,
unconscious,
6,
be quiet.
7. The other one hits. And no shifting. So this is just a stubber. Oh, so 7, 8. So he does D3 shock damage as well. 1 shock damage.
Hey.
We'll get him.
It's getting tired of getting shot.
Yeah.
You're all
that's-
taking
when you do
single
shock
shots.
damage,
I
you're still,
just did 3.
You're still damaging it because it can soak. Remember, it can soak up, and so this is preventing it from. It's you'd rather do wounds, but
This is okay too.
it's all good. Okay, new round. No, I don't need to spend a rune to go first because you guys are too far away, anyways. Yeah, they're gonna start coming your way.
I'm unconscious.
Okay, I'll let one of you go. Go ahead.
I'm gonna try and untangle my foot.
Whoa!
I need to roll higher than the number of dice I'm rolling.
Oh
Or
no.
you're not very strong.
No,
Nope.
that's okay. I didn't want to succeed anyway.
Okay, so it's their turn. So the one remaining combat servitor just starts booking it down the hallway towards you. Now one of you can go. He doesn't get to you.
I'll go ahead and take a shot at the special-looking servitor again and aim.
Okay. Are you still out of range?
Still out of range, yeah.
So defense 6 then.
Yep.
Oh, terrifying. Ooh. Oh no, you're so.
So you got a 6 on the wrath dice,
You
so an
should
extra
probably-
glory to the pool.
Glory.
Another glory to the pool. But you only got 3 total. Did you
That's
want to
a-
re-roll?
That's a critical hit though if you get the hit.
That's
I
true.
know. Yep, I'll go ahead and spend for the reroll.
Oh no.
Okay, he spends his last wrath.
I believe in the beard.
Whoa! Yeah, that's really good. So you need a 6. So how many of those 6s can you shift?
2.
Alright, so before you roll your damage, let's find out what your wrath is. Crimson Ash.
Oh.
So basically your attack sears into the foe, fusing flesh into a charred ruin. The assault wreathes the target in burning fury, making a smoldering mess of sinew and bone. So somehow you're...
I hit him somewhere that's
Yeah,
flammable.
there's some sort of fluid that just... He takes D3 plus 1 wounds and is on fire. You can't make it more severe because you're out of wrath.
Okay, so I can just...
Hold on, because you use wrath to make it more severe? Or do you use glory to make it more severe?
Glory.
Is it glory?
Yeah.
You want to use a
Yeah,
glory
glory
because you can do
adds
an
points.
extra wound on top of that. Right now it's doing D3 plus 1 wounds. And you
Yeah,
can
sure.
spend a glory to make it another one. So spending a glory, so it'll be D3 plus 2 wounds. So roll that right now. He's dead.
So, yeah.
5. Nice.
Now, with these 2 that are still floating, that would have been shifts. Do I still get to...
You can throw one in the glory
Okay.
pool. So one more glory right there.
So it's up to 4 now.
Yeah, I don't think... Wait, hold on. Was that 4 damage?
That
That was 5 damage.
Plus whatever damage you'd end up doing with this gun.
You know what? I'm going to soak it.
Can
Because
you
I might
soak
be able to
more
survive.
wounds?
So take
Oh,
that
these
die
are
back.
wounds.
Oh.
Just regular wounds.
Yeah.
Sorry, take this one back.
Yeah. I'm going to soak it. 1, 2, 3 of it. So I only take 2 damage. He's still alive. So once
Okay.
you do your damage, you can shift both of them to damage if you like.
So what I'm going to do
He
is
looks very badly hurt, though.
throw one in here.
So you are going to still put him into glory and
Yep.
shift the other one?
And so I'm going to shift the one, so it's... Boop,
Should be 2
boop.
dice.
And then I'm also going to spend the 1 glory to add a point of damage to the successful attack. So I'll pull that back out.
Oh, I mean that was the weird one.
Well, because there's
Okay.
already pre-existing ones in there.
That's true. Yeah. That's
Because
right.
otherwise how my character works doesn't work anymore.
Well, I just don't know if I want to allow you to shift one in there and buy one as well.
I would rather not shift the extra damage dice, then I'll...
Well, no, you can shift them to the extra damage. But I mean, like, shift one over to glory and then buy a glory. Just, it feels weird. 'Cause sure, you know what?
Okay.
Sure. So you get to do 2 extra damage instead of 1 with your special thing?
Yes.
Okay, so how much damage in total?
So did I pull one out of here?
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I did pull one back up?
Yeah.
pulled
So
one.
7, 8, 9,
No, because there's 4 in there. He needs to pull one more out.
10,
Yeah.
11.
11? Okay, you need to pull one out because you didn't. So there should be
Oh,
3. There's 3 glory in there in case they were
Yes.
lost. That's 2 where it should be. 11? He
Yes.
dies.
Nice.
That finishes him off.
Yeah, there's already pre-existing glory in there. Okay.
As he falls to the ground, all of a sudden the other combat servitor starts to shake uncontrollably. And you can see one of its arms start to bulge and get larger, and the other one gets smaller.
Oh no, it's Lucy. It's the Eternal.
And all of a sudden it just kind of cracks for a second and slumps, and then looks back up, and it has just its eyes are lighting up, and it starts to mutter.
Assuming direct control.
Yeah.
And then it kind of looks at you and starts to, I'm going to spend a rune for him to do a double move, and he's going to move towards you guys as well. So he's
can't
closing
keep
distance
doing
quite
this.
fast.
I've distracted
Okay.
it for you.
I'm unconscious.
Who's going next? Abigail, what are you gonna do?
I'm still following up with the guards, I
It's
think.
about 15 meters away.
Okay, so I should be good to shoot then.
Yeah.
So let's take a shot at the new freaky one.
That's the only one left.
Yeah.
So you're an aim shot. You want an extra roll, an extra die?
Yeah.
Okay. It's defense 4. Hold, it's 15 meters away. Are you in range?
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, so defense 4.
So agility is 3.
Oh my, that is. That's still a complication.
I'm gonna
Did you
reroll
get a
that.
complication?
I did.
So she's using a wrath. So you can't re-roll the complication.
I know.
Sad.
Yeah, that didn't do anything.
So you didn't hit?
Don't.
Okay, so we have an inconvenient target. Something has gone very wrong with the attack. The strike hits a target that is very inconvenient, such as an explosive fuel source, or the controls to an extend a bridge across a chasm. In the inconvenient sort, it will not be one of you guys.
Okay.
Shoots my thumb. No.
Yeah, no, this is inconvenient, not deadly.
If there's explosive barrels, they're not near me. They're preferably not near Vito
What would
either.
you like the inconvenient target to be? What is around us in this hallway that would be inconvenient?
Bodies.
Lights.
I was actually thinking the body. It's like, oh, maybe they put them on an exploding barrel. Because they're in the middle of the hall for some reason.
One of the shock malls.
No, using my shock.
What's your inconvenient target?
I'd say the lights.
The lights?
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's dark.
yeah. So basically, as you take a shot, it ricochets. Like the servitor's lifting up its arm, and it ricochets off the arm, and somehow embeds itself in just the right spot in the ceiling that sets off a chain reaction. Just the pop, 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 pop down the hallway, plunging everything into total darkness.
Awesome.
You can still see off in the distance where there's light, so you can kind of make out some silhouettes.
My character's gonna wake up thinking. this body.
But essentially, it's going to be +2 difficulty to fight while we're figuring this out. Okay. Now the two of you haven't gone yet. You've got to make defiance tests because nobody's stabilized you.
This is correct.
And so the way a defiance test works is they simply roll a single die.
Oh yes.
If they roll a 4+, they're stabilized. Don't roll yet. If you roll a 6, you're stabilized with a wound, and so you regain consciousness.
Ooh.
If you roll less than 4, though, you basically, if you fail 3 times and ones count as
2 fails.
2 fails,
Yeah.
then you die. If you fail 1 time and you then become stable, you get a maimed injury, and the second one you get like a much harsher injury, and the third one you die. And I think you are allowed to use Wrath to re-roll this. But before you roll, let's make sure we're doing this right, because this is our first time doing defiance checks
In a while.
in the actual campaign.
Well, you can use Wrath to +1 to your defiance check.
Oh yeah, you can spend a Wrath beforehand to make the die +1.
Yeah, do it beforehand. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
We'll double check it though. 228.
Oh, I was right there.
Oh, you may not spend Wrath to re-roll, but you can spend Wrath to gain +1. So that means it's impossible to roll a 1. But you must choose to do this before you roll the die. And so if you roll a 4 or higher, the character is stabilized. You roll a 6, you get a wound. And a result of 1 counts as 2 failures. So do either of you want to spend a Wrath before you roll this defiance check?
Based on my rolls today? Yep.
Yes. So you can't roll a 1 then. So that's your last Wrath?
Yep.
So down to 0 Wrath
I'll let you
for
go
Vito.
first. I'll see him.
See how you feel about it. A 1!
It's a 2, right?
It's a 2!
It's a 2.
So you failed 1 time.
Oh,
Luca, what are you going to do?
Goodness.
Smart thinking.
Sweet,
Now, what about Luca? You gonna ride the
sweet
The Wrath train?
sweet Brunhilde.
Either that or you
50-50.
ride the lightning.
ride the 50-50?
Spending the Wrath? So
Wrath.
you're all out of Wrath?
Okay, that's my last Wrath, and I'm looking for 5 or 6.
Oh, you got the 5!
I'm blind!
You regain consciousness with a wound. And you look over and you can see not too far away from you is Dutch lying in a pool of blood, not looking too good.
Can I see him? Is it like
Where you are, the light
okay.
there's light coming from the
Okay.
junction, so you're fine. It's
Use
down.
your shock
You
mode
notice down the
flashlight.
hallway. In what little time you have, as your head is spinning, you notice everything's dark down the hallway, and you can hear yelling and shouting and shooting as well.
Am I still allowed to play cards? Am I?
Depends what the card says.
So it's Perils of the Warp.
What?
Instead of actually using, like, it says alternatively I can discard, I can gain 1 Wrath and draw a new card.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
told you to hold on to
Play
it.
to cause any psyker in this scene to immediately draw and resolve a card from Perils of the Warp. All protagonists gain 1 wrath.
That could've been
Alternatively,
fantastic.
discard to gain 1 wrath and draw a new card.
You know, he wasn't going to put a psyker in, but now,
Well, it's gone now.
since there's no
So you get a
risk-
wrath. So a wrath for Vito.
I just want this just in case. I
Yeah,
roll
no
another
kidding.
One.
And here's your new campaign card.
Thank you.
Now I think most of the campaign cards that you can discard to get a wrath.
Mine cannot.
Actually, no.
that's
Never
actually
mind.
unique.
I
That's
take
the
that
first
back.
unique one I've seen.
That's probably because you're not always up against psychers.
Yeah,
Hey,
that would have been useful.
it
a
was
little
for the
bit
wrath.
ago.
It was all for the
This
wrath.
would have been amazing if I suffered all those wounds.
Ignoring
My
damage.
armor is contempt.
That would have been great.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
negate all the wounds. I just
Yep, you get to do that once now. Awesome. Good to know.
Oh,
So I can punch you first next time.
Is my
thanks.
defiance that defiance check? Is that my turn? Like the end
Yeah.
of my turn? Okay,
Oh,
so
my
I'm done.
goodness.
Then.
That's all you do in your turn. All right, so Brander unloads his shot with an auto gun into the last servitor. He's in rapid fire range. Oh, and he gets it. But he gets a complication, which just earns me a ruin.
Yeah.
Actually, no, he's only troop level, so it just earns me a ruin.
We love you, Rander.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's going to shift 1 die. And he does 9. He rolled a 6, so a 7 plus 2 is 9. And so he does a wound to it and takes it down. So it does fall, it takes the last one. So Brander guns down the servitor. So it appeared not to have made it too much stronger. Just overtaking it.
I got a servitor on fire.
Yeah. Can
Yeah, it's like on fire line on the ground, just burning in a pile of ooze.
Can I painfully crawl over to
Try to stabilize him?
and try and stabilize him?
Sure.
Dutch.
Now you're
I'm just gonna start saying Chuck.
Write it down.
I'm just gonna start saying
Yeah, I
Chuck.
wrote everyone else's name.
You're heavily wounded, so it's +2 difficulty to any check. So this becomes difficulty 5.
Wait, is there a downside if I fail the medicine check?
Maybe if there's a
Oh, there's a complication. It's okay. It's okay. I got
There's
this.
just like
What's
epic
your
music
medicine?
now.
3.
Why are you rolling more than 3 dice?
So I don't know.
The difficulty's 5. You don't get more dice.
I heard you say 5, so I picked up 5 dice. I'm sorry you caught me cheating.
I'm like, wow, you're really good at medicine. I didn't know you were good at medicine. You're not. So you go over and you try to staunch his wound.
Oh!
You
No.
got 2.
Wake up. Slap. That's the extent of my medicine. It worked before. That's all I got.
What are the rest of you doing?
I need to free my foot, and I require aid.
One of the guards comes to your aid and starts to help you. Hold on, he's got to do a.
Wake the Catachan up.
Okay, so it's difficulty 4. So his strength is only 3. Nope. Sorry, no help.
I do.
Hey, you got it.
You got double 6, and you get a glory. Woo!
Ding.
Glory.
I'm
Glory, glory. Hallelujah.
I need help. He's bleeding out.
So you shout down the hallway.
Yeah.
You can hear this.
Sir, are you all right?
I'm fine.
I'll start running down that way.
Okay, so you're just booking it. So you're gonna, I'm assuming you're gonna do like a sprint kind of run.
Yep.
Now it's dark, so you might have a chance of tripping over some stuff on your way there. So what's our closest to acrobatics in this? I don't have all the skills memorized yet.
Is there
Athletics.
Is
athletics?
this athletics? I
A
think?
straight agility test.
Ooh,
Uh,
that'd be tough.
yeah, athletics,
Pilot.
Chuck.
swimming, climbing, climbing,
making-
swimming.
making
No,
those
it
noises
includes
down the
climbing,
hallway.
swimming, and acrobatics.
I'm a race car.
So athletics is your catch-all. So I want you to make it athletics. It's not too hard. We'll make it difficulty 3. Athletics check.
Okay.
What's your athletics?
3.
Oh boy.
Nope. Nope.
All right, so you don't fall. You didn't get a complication, but it does slow you down. Okay, defiance check.
Ride the 50-50. Oh.
He's using the wrath.
He's not going to get another 1.
3, it's a 4. You're stabilized.
But he had one. He had one
Yes,
failure.
but he did have a failure. Okay, so everybody can catch up to him now. So we have to roll to see what your injury is there.
I lean my back up against the wall, breathing heavily, happy to be alive. But I gotta collect myself. I gotta get back on the warpath. Yep.
Memorable injury. You ready?
Yep.
I need you to roll a d6.
1.
It's a battle scar.
Ooh.
Oh.
Which you can just kind of. So you let me know where's that battle scar? Where did he clock you so hard that you're?
Let's do it like on the left eye.
So you just like bam across the face, and you just came down. So that's where the pool of blood was coming from.
Yeah,
Nice.
sure.
Okay. So you can write that down under memorable injury. If you ever suffer that one again, it becomes a fearsome scar, which actually does have. I believe it has in-game.
Is there a area for memorable injuries?
I don't know.
I got
Doesn't he get something from that too, or no?
a broken jaw. Ooh. Are you
He
broken-
gets +1 intimidation, doesn't he?
For battle scar, where do you see that?
that was
It was under that thing that you took.
it was the ascension. That's only
Oh,
the
maybe that's
ascension.
just ascension,
I think it's the
yeah.
ascension bonus.
But it says the accompanying +1 to intimidation that represents.
Yeah.
But where do you find that?
It was under ascension where you start.
Yeah, that's
260.
not- but where do you find? Because it just says battle scar. It does. It then doesn't have.
Okay, yeah, right here, the memorable injury table. A character with a memorable injury gets a +1 die bonus to intimidation checks.
Oh, it's just a straight up.
Just on 233 there.
So they're primarily a cosmetic addition. It just gives you a reminder of a battle where you nearly died.
Looks
So
like
make sure you
you're
write that
gonna
down
alter
somewhere.
your model.
So you get +1
Almost
die to your
died.
intimidation checks. So if you want to make a note next to your intimidation, it's just like a little bracket +1 or something like that.
I hope it's one of those weird ones where it like splits his mouth, so he's hard to look at.
It's a big clamp shaped one.
Clamp. Clamps. Okay, so what are we doing?
Not being restrained anymore.
Yes, pass me that back. So you
Oh,
managed
sorry.
to shift your foot out of there. Just.
I'm not doing so good.
Yeah. Nor
I have one shock, one wound.
Oh, and you're out of wrath.
Yep.
Sir, you're not looking so good.
No.
So have you all caught up to them then?
Oh yeah.
You're all quiet, so I'm not assuming that you're doing anything here.
I'm
I'll be
gonna
fine.
try and bandage his boo-boos with Medicaid.
Okay, so as you're gathering around there, you do hear motion coming from the other two junctions.
We move into a nearby cell, and I'll try and bandage his boo-boos.
Those two junctions, the further ones?
Yes,
Yep.
because there were more combat servitors down there, so you don't have time to slow down and bandage.
Brander, is there anywhere we would actually rest around here?
And he's like, well, like I said, we can totally double back. It's like, or you can risk the tunnels. Like, if there's going to be if the combat servitors are all messed up around here, all I can tell you is that there's none of those in the tunnels.
I say the tunnels.
The tunnels.
So we might backtrack and find more of them, but I don't understand why they're malfunctioning like this. But
tunnels.
they are linked, so it's possible other ones will be malfunctioning too.
Oh, you woke up. That's right.
I think we do have overwhelming numbers and overwhelming firepower right now. We probably could fight our way through the servitors.
We should fight our way through the server.
I feel like this is my.
No,
I
we
pull
really
out-
can't.
I'm like leaning up against the wall. Like I pull out my stub gun. I'm like, I guess I can shoot from here. Bang, 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 bang.
Saving Private Ryan. One bullet.
That worked out for him.
So you got it when you rolled your. So you're still unconscious.
Oh, is he still unconscious?
Dutch is
Okay.
still unconscious.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's still. You rolled a 6, which is why you're
Yeah,
conscious.
he came back.
Yeah.
But
I'm
he's
still out.
he's stabilized, but he's lying there in a pool of blood,
Oh,
breathing.
6'11",
When you
I
check
think.
him, he's alive.
He's there.
As long as we keep our distance, I think we could overwhelm them with the firepower.
Go get up.
I think
you wanna go check to see where they're at?
My objective.
Go
of
see what's happening.
Trying to sing the virtues of overwhelming firepower that we have
Oh,
here.
is that your objective?
Is that your
Yes.
objective?
Hey,
A wrath for Josh. Oh,
Colin's
leave.
gone.
Colin left.
Where did he even go?
I didn't even notice him leave.
Scurried away.
He made a stealth check.
Sing the overwhelming virtue of Cullen being gone.
We'll update it when he comes back. We'll try to remember to have him update it.
Sir, do you want me to scout ahead and see if I can find a way through?
Go. Go.
Okay.
So as soon as you move into the main junction where the bodies are, and you can see that there's another. What you thought was just a dozen. There's actually a dozen on each side, and they're all making their way methodically towards you. And from the distance they're only about 20 to 30 meters away right now.
into the tunnels.
So it won't be long before they're there. You've got maybe 2 rounds before they're
Okay.
in
Yeah,
close
I'll just
combat.
kind of immediately head back. Yeah. Sir,
Head back there, like you're talking. You're like 5 meters away from everybody else.
Yeah, so I'll find that. I'll just kind of, I'll head back the 5 meters where they are, and sir, they do seem to have overwhelming numbers on us now.
Can we make it to the tunnels?
The tunnels are right there.
Okay.
I'm already halfway there.
All right.
So you went to the hatch.
Yeah.
Okay, you do find it to be locked.
What do I need to open that?
You want to try to hack into it?
Yes.
Okay, so you start pulling apart wires and everything to try to get into it. It's a difficulty of 4.
Okay.
But as you're sitting there, Brander looks over and he offers to give you a hand, and because he has some of the security codes in his data pad, we'll give you +2 die
Okay.
for his help because Brander is alive. Difficulty 4.
Oh.
Come on.
Did you get it?
No.
Did you get a complication?
No. I got a bunch of 2s.
Oh no.
How many did you get?
I got 2.
You got total two total.
Yeah, of 8 dice.
8 dice.
10 dice.
10 dice! Because the help, that's right.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? You're spending a
I'm
wrath.
spending the
okay,
wrath.
so Colin, Josh is at 1 wrath now, and Aaron is down to what? You have
No wrath.
0 wrath. Okay. Should be able to get this, no problem, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
Why?
Get any shifts?
I needed 4, right?
Yep.
I got 2 shifts.
Okay, so you can use one. You can throw one shift into the glory to use the other one
Oh,
to
yeah, totally.
make the. So basically, you can do it faster. I was going to make it take 2 rounds. So
Yeah.
that shift will drop it to 1.
And while Abigail goes towards the door, could I ask or command the other 2 guards that with Brander to drag Dutch to his unconscious body towards the trapdoor?
Yes, you are allowed to do that as a player. Go ahead.
Thank you. I thought it was like an action. Do I have to do like a command, like a persuasion?
Oh, no, I'm saying go ahead.
Do it.
Take his body with her, follow her, make your way to the trapdoor.
Yes, sir.
You can see them glance over to Brander, so I do want you to do a leadership check.
Okay.
But given the situation that you're in, it's only going to be difficulty 2.
Awesome. That's a good thing because I'm a leadership too.
Your leadership 2?
It's a good thing. Yep.
You're not very good at.
I'm not much of a leader.
Why have I been listening to you this whole time?
I don't know.
Right?
Yeah, I was going to say, look at who he's leading.
Yeah, they fail. So they kind of look
Leadership,
confused, and it's going to take them an extra round
What's your
to
leadership?
comply to your request.
Okay, well,
Yeah, we're the same
I walk over to him and start doing it myself then.
You just kind of start dragging
Yeah.
them. So they do eventually help. Okay, so all the servitors are moving up. They're now 1 round away from getting to you. But you see Abigail definitely unlock the hatch and pull it open with Brander's help. And you're all near enough that you can get down there in 1 round.
And I do.
Yeah. Pitter patter. Let's get at her.
All right, so you just push past Brander and Abigail and jump in.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just like a
Of course he
5-foot
does.
drop.
He probably thinks Daddy's down there.
Okay, so you all descend into
I want my stuff.
the tunnels.
Into that tunnel.
All right, let's talk about how much squeezing we're doing now.
Some.
Yeah, the tall people here are gonna have.
His unconscious body. Drop.
Essentially, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, we should probably try to wake him up now that we're presumably more safe.
Can we rest on here?
Hold on a second. Let's choose you.
Do you remember that time in Commando where Arnie got punched by a robot?
I don't.
You do now.
Okay, so you drop down really quickly, and you land in 1.5 feet. So you thought it was about 5 feet down. It actually turns out that it is about 5 feet, but there's like 1.5 feet of water at the bottom.
Now I'm drowning.
So you just land in it. They drag you to the side. You shut, and you're able to easily lock the panel from the other side. And the combat servitors don't seem to try to follow you down here. Everything is very cramped. You're looking at no more than 1 meter wide and a couple meters tall. So the 2 of you would definitely have to.
I'm sitting down in the water.
You're just sitting in the 1.5 feet of water.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so uncomfortable.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Okay.
Standing would be just as uncomfortable.
He's gonna shuffle on your butt the whole way through.
Yeah.
This is easier, guys.
It's for the best.
Why don't you try and float one of us, tie something around you and drag you?
We can do that with the unconscious body.
There's still bubbles.
Keep his head above the water.
He's still fine.
So there's 2 directions to go. Brander suggests that you go the direction that's kind of in the way of the records room.
That would make sense. I'll take it up.
Yeah. And he does prove to be right. If you're looking for a place to rest, right? Because obviously 1.5 feet of water is not going to provide you any rest. So you start to kind of dragging Dutch with you, which makes it very slow. You kind of go around, and it turns out to be just what he said. It is quite the maze. But you keep moving around and looking around until you find a little raised area where the water is not in there, and it opens up a little bit, almost like there's other maintenance hatches as you're going along the way, but you feel like you need to stay down here for a little while so you can pass into the areas of the combat servitors. And you do eventually find a dry spot that you can all kind of crawl out, and you have to be sitting in order to rest. So are we taking a respite?
Yes.
That's a whole hour.
We were able to push it last time, but
Yeah, do we want to push it twice? You still have both your glory wrath?
yeah.
Oh my.
He hasn't done anything.
During this,
Hey.
I would like
Hey,
to
you
try
got-
and
yeah,
wake
you got
Dutch
stuck.
up.
I think I spent 4 in the last hour.
Well, you can do it before the respite, because you can do it once before you have to do a respite.
But if I
Sorry,
do it-
regroup. We're doing a regroup.
But if I do
is-
it during, I get to
We-
shift any exalted.
But you can do it twice, though. You could do it because you can do it once as an action and then once during the regroup. Can you not?
It's once per scene they can receive.
See,
Or once
unfortunately,
per-
if you do it
scene.
throughout there, regrouping general occurs. A hero recovers all shock and can recover wounds with a successful Medicaid test.
Yeah.
Only one test can be made during the current regroup. Okay, I guess we're in that current
Yeah.
regroup.
Ooh, nice.
All right, so it's difficulty 3. You're not. Are you hurt at all?
Oh yeah.
You are hurt.
Yeah.
Are you lightly or heavily?
Heavily.
Okay. From what? Is it from last session?
From getting a frag grenade thrown in my face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So go ahead, do difficulty 5. Is anybody able to help? No.
I can try.
Are you any good at Medicaid?
I'm alright.
He's 5.
I'm 5.
Yeah. Well, you can do a combined if you want.
Might as well.
Okay, so you're gonna help. So you go ahead. You do
I
your
will
difficulty
aid.
5. The wrath doesn't matter in this case.
Oh.
Do you make it?
No.
Okay.
I
So you
will
just
be
Swat
Five.
him away.
You're not helping.
Well, you're just making it harder by sticking your hands in front
2,
of me.
4, 5, 6. So nothing to shift, but I did make it.
Okay, so you get a wound back. Nice. A wound.
Oh man.
Everybody restores all their shock, by the way.
Oh,
one,
nice.
one wound.
And anybody else, and you can basically go around and you can take care of everybody. If you do it on yourself, that's difficulty 6.
I know.
Maybe do you want the other, Kenye to look at you first? Maybe get you down.
I don't
heavily?
want him to touch me,
Okay.
but probably should.
You can try it on yourself. Make a difficulty 6.
That is so close to my dice. Yeah.
That's right. I'm helping you now.
Difficulty. Well, are you wounded at all?
No.
All right.
He's
So,
fine.
so you were difficulty 3.
Oh.
In
Did
that
you-
case, I helped.
Okay, so you would have got an extra die. So roll one more die, because if you get one more pass, he can get another wound.
Nope.
No, okay, because you had a 6 that you could have shifted. All right, so difficulty 3.
Yeah, 3.
You get 1 wound.
I'm now at lightly wounded.
Hey, I made a difference then.
That's huge.
It's only +1 difficulty.
Swat him away again.
So who are you going to help now?
I still have bullets in me.
All of you have bullets in you. I need you alive so I stay alive.
Do
I
you
got
wanna
a-
do? Are you, Luca? How's your character? Is
I
he
got
injured?
1 wound.
Oh, you only have. Oh, that's right. 'Cause
Yeah, it was.
Who do you want to go to first?
I'll probably go to the tank first.
So it'll be difficulty 4.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Do you shift any?
I can shift 2.
So that's 3 wounds recovered then.
I'm back to full.
Nice.
Dang.
You find all the
You
bullets.
yeah.
Found all the bullets.
Well, there they are. They're still in the skin.
The bullets.
And then you can work on.
Yep.
Wilfred. Oh no, I'm difficult.
Oof,
It's 4 as well.
that's 3. I'll grab a glory.
All right, glory being spent.
Oh no. It is what it is.
I can't find anything wrong with you.
That's okay. You just kind of like tear some cloth and
Can only
wrap
do
it
it-
around
only do it once.
open wound. That's
Still,
still
person can only receive Medicaid once
Yeah.
Yeah.
per
It is,
regroup.
it is fine.
I
One wound.
don't need it.
You're at 1.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Are you fine?
Yeah.
You're at full health?
Yeah.
So what is the status of everybody's health? Everybody should be at full shock.
Heavily wounded with full shock.
Well,
at 1.
everybody's full shock. So heavily wounded, lightly wounded,
Yep.
Heavily wounded.
heavily wounded, even with, oh yeah, because they only recovered 1.
Yeah.
I'm full health.
Full health and full health.
This is not.
All right. You wanted to stay here for 8 hours? I'm sure nothing bad will happen in 8 hours.
Oh,
Actually, no, it's 6 hours.
Right.
The faster we get our stuff, the faster we can stop getting hurt by bullets.
That's true.
Oh, these are
And I have a
big
medical kit with my stuff. This will be even easier.
That would be useful.
Dutch needs all painless.
Yeah, you're starting to feel the loss of your equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. I'd love to have my. I guess I got a shock maul now.
I
That's
just want
pretty.
my hand flamer.
I'm kind of happy to have a shock maul.
Well, sir, while we're resting here, I got something to confess to you.
Hmm.
I think I had some sort of a vision from the Emperor earlier. I saw a ship in the warp. Some ancient vessel. I couldn't tell. It looked like it could have been Imperial, but something seemed off about it.
What
It felt ominous.
colors? What colors did it fly?
It was I didn't see any markings of allegiance or anything like that. The entire ship was just black.
An entire
unnaturally black.
Gothic ship.
That rings a bell.
Right. I think
And
I myself.
You would know. You would know.
Oh, I would know.
You would know what they are. I would assume. What orders are you from?
Hereticus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. That's what I think we all.
That's
figure
what
it
you.
is.
That's what. Yeah. But
Yeah.
The players might know some of the characters don't.
Yeah.
I would say your character would have suspicions. You can't know for sure because it's a dream, right? But
Yeah.
based on this description, you would draw that conclusion.
And it was coming. Like, was it just floating?
It was heading towards us.
Did you have like vision from like outside the ship or from inside the ship looking through?
I couldn't really tell. It was like I was there and I wasn't there. What does this mean, sir?
It's the Sisters of Silence. Was my suspicion?
A black ship
Yeah.
would be the black ship. Would be your suspicion. The ones that collect rogue psychers.
Yeah. Sisters of Silence do that, don't they?
Not in the
no.
40K.
Yeah,
Warhammer.
Was that the old 30K?
That's a heresy thing.
The sisters basically disappeared after 40K, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't really have this.
Then they recently came back.
So it's the black ships that collect psychers for the golden robe.
That's your suspicion based off
Okay.
of his description of the ship itself.
Did it look like they were in the Immaterium? I guess you wouldn't know what the Immaterium looks like. Oh,
Well, there's space, and then there's
purple space.
purple space.
Purple space that makes you go crazy if you look at it.
Yeah.
Purples.
Did you go crazy when you looked at it?
Need any reminders, Josh, of parts of the
I
nightmare?
think I got it all, but I might have missed some of it there, if you're asking me.
Well, there was just like the details of what you felt when you were pulled into it, and what happened after you were pulled into it.
Yeah, I could use a refresher on that. I know, I mostly just got the unsettled thing from it. But
You
I
feel
might-
yourself dragged down inside of it, and everything becomes a nightmare of masked guards, squalid conditions, beatings, pain, and fear. The air stinks of fear and blood. The sounds of weeping, screaming, and praying echo through the blackness. In the dark, there are only dreams, and the dreams are nightmares. In a blind panic, you try to send out a warning, a cry for help, but no one answers, no one hears. You cry out louder and louder until something breaks. Not you, but reality itself.
Yeah, so it felt like I was being pulled into the ship. And just, it was nothing but pain and suffering. And it just felt like, after a time, just something broke. I didn't know if it was inside of me or what. It just...
I don't know what that means, but it does sound like a black ship.
Well, listen,
Well, it said it was black.
Well,
Oh, he's conscious now.
listen, whatever happens, we'll use overwhelming firepower.
Want to try a little harder than that?
With the virtue of overwhelming firepower to defeat them. This evil black ship that you had the dream of.
You can't just say what it says.
He did it.
And that means he already did that. You got to do it different.
I'll come up with another one.
Okay. Like, you don't just get to say your objective.
Reminisce about how the overwhelming firepower didn't help you.
That's okay, I'll come up with another one.
Yeah. Try again.
I try.
Try again.
Try to weasel my way in.
The black ship's sanctioned piracy. It's slavery, and pretty much.
All right.
Yeah.
Glad I got that off my chest, sir.
I have no idea
Feeling
what that
slightly
means.
better about it.
I can't help you.
What? By the way, how did we get out of that mess? Did we use overwhelming firepower?
No, we ran. We ran.
We didn't use the primer, which expresses the virtue of overwhelming firepower.
It also expresses the virtue of not killing your commissary.
Quiet, you!
Are you familiar with the primer?
I'm familiar with the
That
looks
one.
of disgust.
that one little stipulation: do not kill your commissar. You'll be shot
Yeah, I don't know what the
Or set
consequences
to a
are.
random prison ship.
or sent to a random prison ship.
It's more of a guideline.
More of a guideline. Nasty dreams, eh? I wonder.
Okay, so your
Okay.
your regroup passes.
Can I play this card to have knowledge on the dream? I can't imagine knowing anything based on a dream.
Forbidden lore. Play to gain all of the information available on some faux mystery or secret.
So it's a mystery, right? But it's kind of hard to like, oh, that's a dream you had? I know exactly what that dream
I got it.
means.
I got it. Just let me hold on to this for a minute. Okay?
All right, cool. Because I know what a black ship is.
Do you
What?
also get a Wrath or a Glory?
That says
He will, but
when it comes up. All right.
Alright.
I was gonna use it earlier, but
I'll use it soon, like not right away. But I have a place where I can fit that in. Okay, so your hour passes. Abigail has kind of tended to everybody, and you feel slightly better. Some of you more than others. You're still, you've managed maybe to dry out your boots a little bit, but overall you're still kind of soaked. You're dirty. You got the dry blood. If you were hurt, you got dry blood all over your clothes. You have nowhere to clean them. Yes, there's that water, but you don't really think of it as a water that you'd want to drink and or clean with.
you just roll around it until the blood's gone.
It's very brackish, heavy water.
That's a good word.
Yeah, you can see from what you can see from the it's dimly lit down here. It's all like your emergency lighting, and you can see on top of the water. It looks like there's oil floating on it. So
Oh.
it's not just water. You don't want to clean and or drink that.
Yeah, if only I had my flamer.
That sounds like a good idea. Confined space, oil on
Fire.
top of this water. Why don't we light it?
Get back in the fiery
Well,
water.
as we're going along, I'd like to tell everyone a story about the time I was behind enemy line in enemy territory,
So go ahead, tell the story.
doing a very difficult act of survival in these conditions that were actually worse than this.
You can't just read the objective.
Where's my
Did you use overwhelming firepower?
So if you're confused with what's going on, at the beginning of every session, everybody rolls a D3. There's a chart of 3 things that for each type of character. That's an objective, and if they achieve it, they get a wrath. And it's a narrative thing. As you can
I'm
see.
actually going to tell a story.
Okay,
don't
go
worry.
ahead. Go ahead. Tell the story.
So yeah, there was this time where me and 2 others got separated from the gang during a turf war, and we had to go through tunnels like this in the sewer, and it was worse than this even. It smelled bad. Not even the rats went down here, and it took us 3 days to get out of here. 2 of them came out with gangrene, but made it.
They made it. They pulled through.
Well, go,
That sounds pretty bad, but that doesn't sound anywhere near as bad as my mother's homeworld of Nocturne. It's a pretty bad situation.
Yeah, but
Replace
nobody
the
cares.
servitors
Shut up.
with pterodaxes,
It's just
and replace stupid gangers with Urdrakes, and you got the idea.
her drakes.
is that your objective?
Maybe.
Okay. All right, I gave a wrath to Aaron, and I'm
You have to
giving one to
compare
Kenny.
now to somewhere else.
Yeah, it's literally compared to some other awful situation
Compare your situation to another awful situation somewhere else.
on another planet.
Yeah.
As the Canon sits in the corner yelling, firepower!
Firepower!
Overwhelm
Firepower!
them.
Overwhelming firepower. Ridiculous. I love it. They're just what
We're
is
supposed to
it?
create cool narrative moments, people.
Yeah, we'll have every time we take that 1 hour rest, we'll have
You're-
story
It's
time.
okay. It's okay. You're all beginners at this. We're all beginners at Wrath
I
and
don't
Glory.
think we were going to get anywhere. I could compare it somewhere else.
So as we go on in the sessions, though, I expect better. I expect it to work a little more naturally.
I like
in
this
the
compare.
He's
conversation.
disappointed in us.
The
Okay.
compare
Wants
one's
us
my
to do better.
So your hour has passed, and you continue on, going through the shin deep, or I don't know, yeah, about calf deep water, 1.5 foot deep water. Just sloshing around, doing your best to keep your bearings in the direction that you're going. Does anybody have anything they want to do to try to help keep your bearings? Because right now you're kind of somewhere that you've never been. Brander doesn't know his way around.
He doesn't know his way around anymore at this point?
No, he told you that. And there's lots of places where there's choices, but I'm not going to go over like, are you going to go left or right? It's more.
Would it be more insight or awareness to try and make a
to what?
keep a steady path?
We're not going to talk about skills. I want you to ask me. I want you to tell me what you're going to do.
I think I'm going to be taking a look to see if I can see any kind of markings on the walls or anything, any sort of indicators of
Yeah.
like what we're
Sectors
passing
of
by.
the
Like
ship.
And
sectors
see if you
or
can
anything like-
piece those. You definitely right off the bat. Yes, there are markings. The question is, can you piece them together? So you can do a cunning check for that. Or I'll let you do either a cunning or... Is there another skill that would be applicable there? I think it's just cunning would be the best one.
Scholar.
Not scholar. Yeah,
I know about ship
I know ships.
latrine systems.
So what we'll do is is there anybody else that wants to try something as well? Because we can combine our efforts here.
I
Oh.
was gonna see if we had anything to mark the walls with, so we make our own, so we don't end up going around in circles.
Yeah, little trails.
It's a good idea.
And I'll ask Brander which way the thing is, and I'll keep track of left, right, and try and...
Yeah, unfortunately they're not all 90-degree angles.
Yeah, I'm going to have to
Lots
try
of-
and keep track of angles. I don't have any paper, so...
In
I'm gonna
that
keep track on
admin
Brander.
room that we were brought
Department.
into, would they use
He used to
like
face a certain
fragrances
direction.
at all?
The records
The
room?
records room?
There'd definitely be its own smells, but whether you'd be able to detect those down here or not, because it's definitely a overwhelming smell down here from the water and the oils and everything else like that. So it'd be hard to pick that out. Any other ideas of what your characters would want to do? So right now it's just
At a loss.
check the signage.
Just pop up every time we see a
What's your passive
manhole.
awareness?
Good. 3.
3. Okay, so one thing you would notice is every once in a while there are terminals. Obviously they're going to be locked, but there may be a way to gather information from those as well if you want to try.
Yeah.
Spend some time on that. Okay, so I'll have both of you make a test then. You're going to make a cunning test, you're going to make a tech test. Both difficulty 3.
No,
You can't make left nor right.
I'm not. I got no
You're like,
idea.
yep.
No rhyme or reason.
Nope. Yeah, it's confusing. You're totally confused.
It was 3, you said?
Mhm.
Yeah, I can shift 2.
Shift 2 of them. What would you like? Okay, so basically you're able to get into the systems, and as you look in there, you can get. I don't know. What would you like to get? Especially with shifting 2, I'll let you dictate a bit of it too. What do you hack into the system, and what are you able to pull out?
You mean besides the map? Because that'd be really helpful.
Like blueprints or schematics
Yeah,
or
like-
something?
I didn't say besides anything. So
Okay.
Do you want some schematics?
Yeah.
Okay, and 2, I think shifting twice will get you some pretty good schematics. So you're able to look at it, and sure enough, as you pull it up onto your, you still have probably a data slate from one of the guards.
Yeah.
You're able to download it into that and get a general idea of where you are, which will help you kind of maneuver your way around. Brander's able to correlate some of the information on there, and that gives you a pretty decent idea of where to go. Unfortunately, the signage around here is just as confusing as you'd have to spend years down here before you'd start to piece all that together, or just be a little smarter. Nah. Okay, so you're able to. So you'll have to kind of take the lead. So you'll be out front with Brander next to you, kind of pointing out areas of importance, because your schematics show you the tunnels as well as some. You don't get the full ship schematics from that, but at least you get the local area enough.
It's like a maintenance map.
Yes, of the local area of this section of the ship.
And Erin rolled a 6 on her wrath die, so...
An extra glory then.
Oh,
You get
yeah.
Free glory.
So what's our total number of glory in there?
5.
5. We're at 5 glory. Just to make sure every once in a while we sync up in case we got off a little bit. Okay, so you continue on your way. So you're able to. You're still finding that this water is in lots of places. Every once in a while the tunnels will go up and there's less water. Sometimes they go down and you find yourself waist deep in this brackish water. It's not very nice. Thankfully though, there seems to be the emergency lighting seems to be working everywhere, and so you're able to see your way through it. Lots of twists and turns, lots of choices and directions to go. There's even sometimes where you have to not just shift left or right, but sometimes up or down, as the tunnels aren't all just this one single level. As you're going through one area, and you're actually waist deep in the water, so you're all kind of going like this through this next section, there's this obscuring mist that starts to pour in from all directions, from behind you, in front of you, and even to one of the areas to the right. As you're looking around and confused by this, you see it start to drift out of even like the walls itself, as if there's maybe some, because the walls, remember, are a mesh of pipes and wires, so between all the cracks there's this mist starting to pour out, and it first pours down and then it starts to just fill up where you are. And it limits your visibility to just like an arm's length right in front of you. And even at this point, your data pad starts to get confused as to where you are, tracking your locations a little harder. So that is currently the situation, and you're finding that it's now obscuring everything. The Brander's guards, by the way, are all kind of freaking out at this point.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Stay the course.
Everyone just put a hand on the man in front of you.
Yeah.
Just link arms.
Yeah. Single file. Buddy system. But we're buddy system of 7, 8.
Yeah.
With Brander.
Who's leading?
It's Abigail.
I'm leading.
Abigail still.
Okay, I want everybody except for Luca to give me a willpower test.
Ooh.
If you passed, this is going to be difficulty 3. If you passed the first one, you get +2 dice. And if you failed it, you don't. Willpower difficulty 3.
Oh, come on, that was a 6.
Anybody pass?
I did pass.
You passed? You passed? Failed? Failed?
I failed.
Any complications?
No.
Okay.
So the people who passed again.
Luca, you automatically fail.
I automatically fail.
Yes. I want the 3 of you to make a corruption test. Difficulty 3. Including
Ooh. I'm doing a
corruption test.
corruption. Is it conviction?
Yep.
We get +2 to this still? For your
No,
card?
that's just
No,
one scene.
that's
Oh,
gone.
is there?
No, okay.
No.
Right.
This is a different scene.
This is a different scene. Whoa! Hey, look at that. 5 icons. Well,
How much
5
was
icons.
3.
Okay.
You rolled a 6 on your wrath die.
That's so. It
So that actually
counts as
drops the difficulty down to 1,
Oh,
and you pass.
it's not passed.
So basically roll a 6 on your wrath die for this, you're good. You can also throw another glory in the pool. And in fact, an additional glory as well.
Ah, yes.
Card. Which brings it up to 7 glory, which is our max. No more glory.
Better start spending.
Someone use it.
Forge.
So, sorry, who failed that test? Anybody failed? No, the corruption test.
Oh, no one.
No one failed the corruption test. Okay. So as you're all standing there, you feel this eeriness coming from the mist. The 3 of you are unsettled, especially, and all of a sudden, who's linking with you? Like, there's one person in front of you and one person behind you. Who would that be?
I'm gonna. Well, it's up to these. I'd say I'd be somewhere in the middle.
So, pick 2 people. Who are you next to?
Josh, as
So Constantine.
Constantine, and we'll say
Who's behind you?
one of the guards or
One of the guards.
Kenyon.
Okay. So one of the guards behind you, Josh, and Constantine is in front of you. So Constantine, you feel him all of a sudden stop, even though you guys are slowly moving forward. And when you look behind you and you kind of look closer, you can see that his eyes are glossed over and he's standing there just in a trance. And it's only for a couple seconds, and all of a sudden he comes out of it. But during those 2 seconds, a lot more time passed for you,
oh boy.
and you have the same vision as what he had, except a few more details come to your mind. Give me 2 seconds here. Okay, so you see the same thing. You see the black ship, and it does, from what you're seeing, look like the black ships that carry the rogue psychers. And you feel yourself, as you see this thing, terrified of it. You don't know why. Normally that wouldn't strike terror into you. That would strike pride, as you're like, yes, we're doing the Inquisition's work, the Emperor's work.
Yeah.
But in this case, you're looking at it and you feel this terror, and you feel yourself pulled into it, just like what he did. And you feel yourself in all that agony and fear. And at one point, everything's a dream at this point, meaning you're dreaming within the dream, but all those dreams are nightmares. And you're just calling out. And as you call out, you feel this veil that you're trying to push through, almost like you're trying to shout loud enough for somebody to hear you on the other side. And it rents through it, and you feel this rent of reality. And the air stinks. The air stinks even worse of fear and blood. And as you do this, all of a sudden you find yourself being pulled out from yourself, and you look down on yourself, and you see a man, nearly naked, shivering from the cold, pale-skinned, and emaciated. Sorry, emaciated, not emaciated. Emaciated. He sits cross-legged in a tiny cell. The man looks up at you, an expression of sorrow on his face. I didn't mean to do it, he says. I was just so terrified. And by the way, his mouth is not moving as you hear this.
Okay.
You don't know what it's like. The fear, the pain. I can't control it. I was just calling for help. I feel every one of them here. I'm so sorry. And with this last, everything around you starts to slowly fill up with blood. And he's just looking at you as the blood passes him and then passes you, and all of a sudden you're drowning in it. And just like that, you wake up from it. Your cold sweat over you. The top half of your body, the bottom half, of course, is immersed in the water. And all this passed in those 2 seconds, Constantine, as you were looking back.
Okay. Sir, are you all right?
I just had the dream. A little more in detail than what you said. I have suspicions that,
And the mist all of a sudden starts to retreat at this point.
I have some suspicions. This is me dealing with a powerful mind here. Powerful rogue psyker. Seems he's been captured. At least I suspect he's been captured, but I don't know. It's hard to explain. This is what I'm thinking. That's what I'm getting from it. I think he's captured and his mind is still somehow escaping.
Rander looks concerned.
Yeah. I don't know. I need
He's
more
like
details.
a rogue psyker?
A powerful.
It's like, what is that?
A naturally born psyker, not sanctioned by the Imperium, hunted down by the Inquisition, taken to the Golden Throne.
And you think they're here?
I think there's one. I think he's...
Why would we be transporting unsanctioned psychers?
He's already been captured. He has been captured. Well, I don't want to go into... Well, did I go into detail about the captain? Yeah, well, look, I'm here investigating the captain you're working for. I don't know if you're a mercenary service or if you've been working with him for a while.
Well, I don't work specifically with the captain. I'm one of 18,000 crew.
Right, but I don't know, is it like a mercenary guard service or is it like a permanent guard attachment to the ship?
Well, we're attached to the ship. I've worked on the ship for years.
I was sent to investigate the captain, and we found lead
from your prison?
I was okay, the investigation went south. Myself, my colleague were captured, and I still have to continue this investigation. But more and more leads are pointing towards the guilt of your captain, and it would make sense that there would be a rogue psyker on this ship, captured for illicit means. And it seems he's trying to reach out. The black ship could be symbolic. Could actually be on its way, who knows?
Things just got very heavy.
Overwhelming firepower.
Psychic firepower.
But what to do with that, I don't know.
Well,
The ultimate
Sorry, go ahead.
The ultimate goal should still be getting our equipment, because as we are now, we're next to useless.
I just thought the killer field wasn't working.
I also had suspicions of that.
It was the Tyrannosaurus chicken arm man.
Yeah, originally I had thought someone was tampering with the Geller fields and trying to hijack the ship.
That would be dangerous.
Yeah, a lot of reckless individuals in the galaxy.
Just like a rogue psyker.
A lot of ignorant people thinking they could handle a situation like that. But it may turn out something much more dangerous. Probably.
Sir, what's protocol here?
Get our stuff.
We have to go get our stuff, right? And then we figure out the plan from there. Find this rogue psyker, I would say, after that. Or try and commandeer the ship, take the ship, gather more guard. Would you have sway to convince more guard? Who's in charge of the guard, anyways?
Well, I'm just several rungs down the ladder. I do have some authority in the Alpha Brig, but you want to see if we can go to the top of the leadership of the guard? He'll work directly with the captain.
Well, who's in direct command of you?
in direct command of me.
I wonder if there's a prison like.
Please let it be prison, Mike.
This is something much worse than my story, actually.
Well, my superior officer, her name is Sinovia.
How do you
But-
spell that?
Sinovia, Sinovia.
Zenobia.
But
You spelled it wrong.
Yeah, I did. Wait, Sinovea?
VIA.
Oh, whatever.
Whatever. As long as you say it right. Sinovia. So I guess we could. I have no idea where she is. I've tried to report to her. She's the one that's over all of the prison part of the ship, which is a small portion, but it's larger than most transports. They've converted a lot of the crew quarters in the ship to prison. So, but it's not a prison ship. They still haul other cargo.
Okay, well, I say find our gear.
She might have more. If there's anything being kept on the ship, she would have more information. Like I only have access to the information on Alpha and up to Delta, but there's the higher levels that are the higher level security that I'm not privy to the information of what's inside of them. So, but I don't know. That sounds like unusual cargo for this ship.
I say find our gear, and with our gear, be able to convince some others to help us against, obviously, the nefarious deeds of this captain.
Like, convince or convince?
Like, convince.
What does this mean?
You ripping
Yeah.
their heart out?
Yeah, ripping their heart out.
Kalima.
There's not a whole lot to convince then.
Wow.
Sir, how do we know these three men are loyal servants of the Emperor?
Well, I have to take a shot in the dark.
Alrighty then.
Turn off the lights. Bam.
That's code word.
I like them so far.
What does our ganger scum think of all this?
Boy, this map is interesting.
Just
This
try-
sounds terrifying.
Just try to stay alive.
Keep them alive, keep me alive. I like this plan.
Okay, we're gonna take a break.
Find gear.
So we're going to do about a 10-15 minute break. We'll still chat with you guys. We're going to turn it off and come back in a few minutes and chat. And then we'll continue from there. BRB.
Herb.
And we're back. Okay, so then you regroup, you've moved on, you had some weird visions, the mist has receded, and you continue on your way following Abigail and Brander, who are doing their best to put together this. Even though you have it on your data slate, you look at it, you're like, holy crap. And it takes a lot of concentration just to make sure you're heading the right way, because it is quite the maze. At this point, you're more just like ankle deep water again. And up ahead, Abigail and Brander and anybody close to them notice they can hear a couple voices, one male and one female. It sounds like they're talking or arguing with each other. You can't quite make out the words at this point. What would you like to do?
Who was it that heard them? Everyone?
Anybody out front, so I don't care who. Anybody who thinks they have a narrative reason to have heard this. So you kind of hear it off in the test, and you hear like, you can kind of just, it's just like the sounds of their voices carrying right now more than any specific words.
Sir, do you hear that?
Yes.
There's somebody ahead.
Yes. Yes.
You want to try and sneak through 1.5 feet of water?
Why can't anything be simple? Why does this have to be difficult? Why can't we just go get our gear? I'm starting to be frustrated with our stuff.
It is the way you need to go.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
All right, let's just walk right into them.
Right, investigate, whatever, at this point.
I'm going to move to the back of the group.
Slush, 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 slush.
Excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me.
You all die first, thank you.
Okay, so you move forward, and as you get closer, you can start to make out words. There's definitely two voices only. There's a male voice and a female voice. The male voice is kind of like, as you get closer, you can hear like a slurred kind of speech, a deeper, rough voice, whereas the female seems to be barking orders at it, and telling it to, keep working. Basically, you hear,
Oh, I can't believe this thing is not even working down here. How long are they going to keep us down here?
it's like, oh, just stop complaining already. Just get back to work. They need this repaired in the next hour or two, or we're in serious trouble. And so you can. This is what you hear now, just from around the bend. And as you come around, so who's in front now? Because you can only have 2 people in front at this point. It's widened a little bit. So who's in front? Just really quick. The 2 of you, the non-injured guys.
Oh, all right.
that's what he just pointed to.
Earn your keep.
All right.
So Kenya and Constantine are up front, weapons drawn, I'm assuming. And as you come, you enter into what looks like some sort of a widened part of the maintenance tunnel where there's you can see that there's other pipes coming down from the ceiling in here, and there's panels everywhere. And right in front of you is a very strange sight. What you see is not 2 people, but just actually 1. And it's this huge, probably 7-foot tall person with just bulky as can be, wielding an arc torch and working away with this gargantuan, twisted face, clearly a mutant of some sort. And on its side is a smaller female head that just keeps jabbering into its ears and telling it what to do.
Josh whips up the primer.
In the Emperor's name.
Yeah, it's about the size. It's not quite the size of an ogrin, but you know, it's definitely like big in that kind of class of creature.
That is.
And it hasn't noticed you yet.
Similar to that face.
Oh no!
Okay.
What is that?
That looks like chaos.
This is the face of the mutant. Hate it.
Oh no! It doesn't look chaos. This looks like an abhuman. If you're, because you've been in the guard long enough. You've seen ogrins and bogrins. It looks.
They're barely sanctioned by the Imperium.
I understand.
This is.
And, this makes you nervous for sure. There's something off about this. But I'm trying to tell you that when you look at it, it doesn't look chaotic. It looks abhuman. Now, it could be chaotic by nature. Maybe you don't know. But your initial reaction is that it's a weird ogrin-looking mutant with a little extra head. The head's like this big on it, like undergrown. Second head.
Could help it do its job so it goes away.
Yeah. I don't even know. I look. I'm like.
And all of a sudden, you see the female head, because this thing's like looking this way, and the female head is like. It turns like an 110 degrees and looks in your direction. Oh, Herrick! Looks like we have visitors.
Uh-huh.
And he looks over at you.
That was gross.
I'm trying not to scream.
I pick up Kanye. Just hold him in front of me.
Pick up Kenya.
Kanye.
Kenya. Not Kanye.
Is everybody just stand there dumbfounded?
Yeah, for a second.
This is why I moved to the back, really.
What are you doing?
Yeah, really. What are you doing?
How are you postured now with your weapons? Do you have them pointed
like
at them?
Slacked? No, like just in.
Because the 2 of them out front.
You know,
you're behind them.
You know, you're walking, you have your gun out, you got your knife ready, and then you see someone and you're
That's kind of how you're postured is.
Yeah. Your gun's a little lower than it should be for safety reasons.
What about you there, Constantine? How are you reacting to this? You got like a few seconds.
As a player, I'd rather not, but I think Constantine would not be happy with this. So
of course he would.
It's going to be. Pardon me.
Of course he would.
Pistols pointed. Sir, some sort of mutant.
Oh, this one's a little rude, isn't he?
No different from all the ones up there, anyways.
Shall I administer the Emperor's mercy upon it?
I'd like to see you try. And all of a sudden it turns. And you see that it actually has a third arm, which is twisted even more, and it's holding this big, long pipe. And it kind of lumbers a couple feet towards you and stops there.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
Little man, I'm gonna see what you can try.
I'll try and push forward a little bit. I'm gonna come down.
And you're pushing through.
Okay, he's young, and he's only taught one way. You have to excuse him. What are you doing down here?
I could ask you the same question. We're just working maintenance as our normal maintenance routine.
Are you, I think I overheard you say you haven't been to the not maintenance tunnels, the normal area of the ship in hours? Do you normally go to the normal part of the ship?
Well, as you can probably imagine by our wonderfully attractive demeanor here, we don't really try to mix in with the rest of the crew, but
keep to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the captain's been nice enough to keep us on board as long as we do our work.
Does he pay you, or is this kind of you pay for yourself? You pay away. Work. Pay for yourself. What is it when you're working to cover your board here, right? Is that
something like
Slavery.
And you see, but as she's talking pleasantly to you, the male head is kind of glaring at you and like gunk with his two hands, and the other hand's holding the arc torch. It says,
Well,
currently.
look.
He's like,
How
There's no need for things to get
You want me to
heated.
rip their arms off? Want me to rip their arms off, Elsbeth?
Maybe. I'm not sure yet. That one
Got it in there.
that one concerned-looking gentleman there won't put his gun down.
I try and tell you to like lower your weapon.
Okay, I'll
Lower your weapons. Lower your weapons.
grudgingly
Lower your
lower my
weapons.
weapon. Low ready.
Huh.
Let me
Well, that's a little more pleasant now, isn't it?
Why don't you let me explain a few scenarios here? There's been a riot. Awful things are happening
Hold
on
on.
the ship right now.
There's a riot?
Yes.
Is
As you
this
can,
what?
I look over at the would she
Wait a
recognize the
second.
guards?
You're wearing prisoners' outfits.
Yes, but
Are
also
you escaped from the prison?
but also look at I point to Brander and the other two guards.
He's like, huh. He looks very, like he doesn't know what he's looking at. He's like, don't look at me. I mean, don't look at me.
There's been a riot. Currently, yes, we were prisoners. We're currently working with the guards. We are trying to we're trying to work our way to the offices, the storage facility, all the prisoners' wares, all of their items. We're trying to make our way there, and that's the first step of our plan. We're trying to bring calm back to the ship, essentially. Several of us had been wrongfully imprisoned, this one for a very goofy reason. And to be fair, tagging a shuttle does not, in my mind, you don't deserve to go to a penal colony.
He
for
sure
that.
talks a lot, doesn't he?
I do. I know.
Lots of words, very little action. Should we fix the stupid pipe and get back up to our quarters?
All right. Just hold on a second. Sorry, Herrick here is a little impatient, but you're kind of rambling on about stuff I don't really care about.
What are you doing?
What are we doing? We're just trying to fix some of these coolant lines before they burst. And have you noticed the stuff you've been walking in? Well, a lot of that's coolant around here. Hope you haven't been drinking it. Herrick did, but it's Herrick.
How many more damaged pipes are there? Is this the only one?
It's not so much how many of the coolant lines are broken. It's more this main junction right here. If I can fix this, I can then do the emergency shut off of the other areas, and then we can get back to our maintenance schedule as usual. There's always
sense why
broken
we're so
pipes.
cold.
This one just happens to be a bigger one.
Well, I can say it's very nice to meet you.
That's okay. I think you found a new best friend there, Herrick. Oh, all of a sudden, Herrick, you can see Herrick like this, the bigger head, like.
Oh, funny man.
It's ridiculous.
Elspeth just shakes her head.
Well, you know what? Maybe fixing the pipe is not in their best interest right now. Maybe you should probably go back to whatever room you were staying in. Where is most safest for you?
Oh, down here is actually the safest. Most people don't like the sight of us. I don't understand why. We're such a good-looking couple.
You're in front to the Emperor.
I've heard that a few times. Actually, much worse.
Hey,
That's all
Cosmo, chill out.
That's all he
okay?
knows. That's all he knows.
He taps the other head. Stop it! Stop it! And then the one hand that's holding the bludgeon smacks him in the head. Like, hey, stop that! Yeah, I still got one good arm.
Is that the direction we have to go?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Well, how about this? We're heading in that. We have to go in that direction to get to the offices.
Oh, don't let me slow you down.
You know what? I'll.
What you have?
Well, yeah, you have a little bit, but that's fine. Why don't you come with us?
I just met you. Barely know you. Why would I all of a sudden tag along with your little riot plan here? I got work to get done.
Because
That's
we'll
fine.
help you fix the pipe.
You want to
could-
help me fix the pipe?
Yeah, hold up. How about we help you fix this pipe right now, and then you come tag along with us? It's not entirely safe down here, and I'll be honest, we might actually be able to use your help.
Well, I'm not sure if I'm interested in that. I got a lot of work I got to get done. But if you want to help me fix the pipe, I would sure appreciate that.
Sure. Get you on your way, even.
Yeah.
Just, consider my offer. Could you help them fix the pipe?
You look a little nervous there, little girl. It's nothing to worry about. Herrick won't hurt you, and I guess neither will I.
Have you seen any mutants in your in your life of gang and scum and villainy?
I've seen Rattley. This is weird.
What seems to be the problem here? Like, what needs to be fixed? Is just a simple weld?
If it was a simple weld, we would have got that done already. Although Herrick sometimes has a problem with simple. Even though he is simple. Hey! Just making a joke there.
So for this, if we want to help them, do we both just roll help and then they do their own tech check? Or
No, you just one of you needs to do a tech skill test.
could I help Abigail in her tech check?
Do you both want to take a look at it?
More reassuring.
Right.
Should someone who's not heavily injured and dying do it?
Well, I mean, it'll just be +2 to mine, I guess, but... Whatever, I got six. What's the difficulty?
3. So 5.
Whatever, I got
There's no way he'll lift it.
Wait, what's
You don't need your
tech?
wrath die for this.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The help one doesn't use wrath die.
I'm gonna confidently, as I walk up, I kind of cough up a little blood and hold my. Okay, so
Nothing about this is reassuring.
So you're gonna take a look at what they're trying to fix.
I can't really grasp anything there, but
It's a lot of wires and
Yeah.
pipes, and you can see stuff leaking out.
I don't
But
trust.
as you're trying to look at it, you have a hard time concentrating. Your head's just all hazy.
I'll leave this to you. I kind of like kneel over and pain through a headache.
You can do it, Abigail. Just keep it cool.
Can you shift anything?
I can't shift, but no complications.
No
either.
complication? Okay, so you spend about 10, 15 minutes here and working with the Herrick / Elsbeth.
Not looking directly at them.
He's kind of nervously pointing at little things.
Over there.
And she's like, "Oh yeah, you're right behind there, Herrick. Okay, I got it." And reaches back this big clumsy hand and starts pulling out things and welding other things together and mashing things about it. It's funny because as you see his hands, they work clumsily, and yet at the same time, he's able to get the work done with surprising ease. And so about 15, 20 minutes later, the repair here is complete.
No demand.
And you notice that that this mutant's demeanor has increased towards you. So I'm actually keeping track of its demeanor, and so it's gone up a level. Say, well, that was very handy. That saved us some work, probably a couple hours. Now we can get on with our maintenance routine.
Well, okay, we're going to be on our way. Is there any chance your maintenance routine is down this path as well?
Well, not really. It's the
Someone spend
opposite
a rat to make a
direction.
yes.
Somebody's been a rat.
50 chance.
Someone spend the rat to make it a yes. I don't have any rat.
If only I had some overwhelming firepower to do that.
Nope.
Yep.
Keep trying.
Okay. Well, my I don't know if this was considered a problem or an obstacle.
You're not going in with confidence, bud.
No, I know. My objective was to solve a problem using guile instead of threats or a force of arm.
Guile is more like deception.
Or wealth, or influence, or psychic ability.
Or influence or wealth, but I don't know. I guess.
Yeah, so guile is more like a deception.
He deceived the mutant into thinking we aren't going to purge it.
I deceived him into thinking we're friends. Oh, we're kind of friends, but we're not really
I guess it's
friends.
not deception then.
And then it was
Then
overwhelmed
it's
by
not guile.
This is true friendship.
No, guile. Give it to me. Dang it.
Sonic boom.
Sonic boom.
It wasn't guile. Let's try.
All right.
It was clever, but it wasn't guile.
Well, we're going to be on our way regardless. Again, I recommend you join us. It's not so safe. If you're going to stay in the
Well,
tunnel,
you
stay in the tunnel.
seem like a nice enough bunch. I'm not going to come with you, but I don't know.
Are
Maybe.
you sure we make a very cool party?
Stop it, Herrick!
I want to amass an army.
By the time you get there, you got like this posse of NPCs.
We're going to play a 40k game at the end.
Get to the final boss, and he's just like, "That's okay."
Well, this is
Everybody go.
the Delta sector, and we have that other gang there.
Where'd you find a Lehman Russ?
I spent a wrath.
There's a lean man Russ.
There's a Lehman Russ.
So
With
if
the
somebody,
keys in it.
if like she seems that she wants to help. So does anybody want to attempt to work a little harder to persuade? You can do a persuasion test right now if you want to, Luke.
Oh, I know. I
The
will. I
problem
will.
is you probably suck at persuasion,
I-
and you're.
I do. What's the difficulty going to be?
Well, you got into neutral, so which was uncooperative, which would have made it DN5, but at neutral it would be DN3.
So it's DN5 because I'm heavily wounded.
Back to DN5 because you're heavily wounded.
I got 2
Yeah, so
dice.
you get 2 dice for persuasion
I'll try it anyways. Doesn't matter. Why not, right?
because you can't get
Would you
5
like
with 2
me
dice.
to do it?
If I get double 6s and then I spend a glory die to maybe get another.
Well, no, if you get a 6 and a success.
If somebody else can come up with a better reason why they want to do it, but you need to talk to the thing.
because I want my stuff real bad, and this thing knows how to get
No.
to
You
it.
need to come up with like, what your character is going to do to try to talk to this thing to get help.
Gosh, my persuasion really.
Look at me, I
sucks.
want to frag grenade this
Yeah, I
thing.
know. I have the frag grenade.
You already frag grenaded enough.
My persuasion.
I protected the party
Well-
with that frag grenade.
We helped you, and we could really use your assistance in getting to the Administorum building so we can find out where our stuff is. And also, are you done doing what you're doing?
Give me a persuasion roll. It's difficulty 3.
All right.
You're not
Does this
injured
count
at all.
as trying to acquire goods or services?
Yeah. Why? Do you get to add on?
I add my rank to persuasion.
Yeah, sure.
That's
sure.
kind of cool.
Yeah, totally.
Sure.
It worked. Hey, DN3. There you go.
DN3, huh?
Can you shift at all?
No. But you know what? Got a lot of wrath
I was
here.
going to say, you're going to spend a wrath. Kenny is spending a wrath. Can you get any 6s there?
You got one more.
And they're going to spend a glory. Spending a glory.
Well, we got maximum
you got so
glory.
much glory anyways,
Yeah,
right?
might as well. Oh
No.
no 6s.
You have no 6s?
No.
So lots of successes, but no 6s.
Retrieve one of my dice.
Okay. Well, you seem like a nice bunch, but I can't come with you. I got to go the opposite way. But I could show you somewhere on your map where I have stored a few items that I acquired.
Oh.
Yeah. I like to collect. So I got
Things you just find down here.
yeah, that's what we'll say.
Definitely not stealing it from people.
That's what we'll say then.
Yeah. And so she points to somewhere on your map close by,
Nice.
just like a minute or two away. And she's like, "Oh, up ahead, not too far on the path that you're going, there's a sealed door. Leave it sealed." And she turns. You're like, "All right, let's go, Herrick."
What?
And he turns and starts trudging, kind of pushes away through your ranks. Just and he's leaning down and she's getting through.
I say
Hey,
we
Herrick,
Hey.
up on Delta Brig. There's a gang up there if you get antsy again.
Okay. Oh, don't listen. I don't want to join the gang again.
Again.
No, I want him to punch them.
And they just wander off. You can hear them just muttering back and forth as they disappear off to the distance.
This close to get. If I had wrath, oh, I swear.
I would have opened fire, you're right.
Yeah. Overwhelming firepower.
So
They were very nice.
Yeah, maybe more.
So you're all standing around there, just kind of like.
I guess we can go. I can't. Okay, I'll be honest. I can't imagine the stash is going to be that amazing.
Yeah,
but
but
we should probably.
Let's go take a look anyway.
Well, we should probably check it out.
Don't even
Having
minute away.
that on your ship counts as heresy, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
There's There's.
yeah.
I'm getting the vibe. That's probably not the worst thing on the
Captain's
ship.
Captain's harboring mutants and psychers and all sorts
I
of...
kind of want to know what's behind the sealed door, but I bet it's a lot of water.
Or something potentially worse than also as liquidy.
That jeans there, cat.
Jesus.
We're ready for it this time.
Not quite. With our one wound.
Right.
And our not plasma pistol.
This is true. So, should we go to this secret mutant stash?
Yeah, let's go check
It's just
out
filled with a belly button
secret
lint.
mutant stash
Made out
Oh,
of this
belly button lint
statue.
statue.
of the Emperor.
Oh,
Thanks, V.
Alright, let's go take a look.
all right, to the stash.
To the stash.
To the wall.
All right, so it doesn't take you very long to find it, and you can see that, sure enough, where she had pointed out that there's a panel that when you open up the panel, there's a secret lever behind it. When you pull that, it unlocks a door to a small little room that's supposed to be like a storage closet kind of thing.
This is very intricate.
Yes.
Right?
No, you can tell that she's pretty smart at doing this kind of stuff. And you open it up, and inside, you do find that it's full of all sorts of junk. There's extra pipes, there's extra sets of clothing, most of them waterlogged or ripped or damaged. You do find like some like buttons and other pieces of clothing and trinkets and all that kind of stuff too. But amongst it, you also find something interesting. It looks like she's been looting the storage areas from time to time. And you were the one that made the persuasion check. So one of your items is in there.
I got robbed by a filthy mutant.
What would you like to be in there? Anything but your light power armor.
The
Shucks, that's what I wanted.
power axe.
The power axe? Yeah, you find your power axe buried underneath everything.
Wow.
Took
a power axe.
Imagine what that thing could do with a power axe.
No, I don't want to.
Terrifying.
Okay, so you get your power axe back.
50%
Anybody who
armament.
wants to spend a wrath
Come on.
can get one of their items as well.
Can I
Within reason.
double down?
Yeah.
I would like my hand
Oh,
flavor.
hold on,
too.
actually, hold on.
Whoop.
No, each player can only get one item.
Okay.
Can someone donate wrath?
No.
A plasma gun is in there.
No, it has to be your item.
Darn.
You spend a wrath for your own items.
Can I donate wrath?
Nope. There's no rule that says you can.
But it can't be my armor.
No, your armor would be a little more intricate. Something within reason.
Why don't you just say your hot shot?
So your hot shot last gun, your grab shoot, maybe, a knife, your mess kit, a
What do you want
grooming
that
kit.
last
You can have your
wrath
grooming
for?
kit in there.
What?
Your
You want that last
beard's
wrath
starting to look
for?
pretty bad.
I'm not dying, maybe.
Your deck of playing cards.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oof.
Is a meta kit worth a
servitor.
wrath?
Do you have no wrath over
Your
there?
frigate.
I have nothing.
Yeah.
You spent like 4
I spent
today.
4 today.
Oh, I would love to have my bolt gun. I miss you so much, Brunhilde.
I'm sorry, I can't spend wrath for people.
Brunhilde.
Yeah, I'm missing old painless.
Kind of make you feel it when you don't have wrath.
Just take
right?
your gun. You don't, why, don't take your gun. Have
This
your-
is basically your narrative declaration that one of your things is in there. That's essentially what I've done with this.
That filthy mutant. My hell gun is in here.
And it has one reload.
Okay.
One of your 3 reloads.
I feel like I made the wrong
Abigail,
choice.
you have your stuff in here?
Switching the flamer instead.
Yeah, the flamer. was
The only
so
thing
much
that'd be
better.
worth finding is the meta kit.
Okay.
I don't know if it's worth a wrath though.
You got a hand cannon and knife.
I've already got the knife back.
Hand
Yeah.
cannons are pretty good. They're better than a stubber. They're 9+1 damage rather than 7+.
Yeah, but I'm not hitting anything anyway, so.
That is true.
My goodness, look at all this loot we're finding. Now we're really armed to the teeth. Now we can really give it to them, right, guys? With overwhelming firepower.
I'm going home. I'm done.
Thank you. He's tired of hearing it.
Return. What's in there?
Old painless.
Okay, that's 3 weapons.
Oh, you're not getting your weapon back.
Whoa.
Oh no!
Sure. No reloads though.
Ah!
You can fire it.
Oh, I can fire it.
But if you run out of ammo or you just can't do anything that would require
I
it.
thought you just gave it to him with nothing at all.
Alright, I got it. If I find it, ooh.
Old painless and your
Time
hot
to-
shot last gun. So
What was this filthy heretic mutant planning?
You know what? I just start digging around in the trash for like a glimmer of hope of finding something. I know I won't,
you
but
find all sorts of things, but nothing useful.
I don't want to cough into the mic.
The whole 2 sessions every day.
You find a bucket. You find an empty bottle of turpentine. You find
It's okay, it's a guideline.
you find a single 10-sided die.
interesting.
You find a cut piece of carpet.
Yep.
You find the
Who was bringing a cut piece of carpet?
I don't know.
They're
Somebody had it.
carpeting in one of the rooms being torn up.
You find the end of a wooden mallet, just the end with the handle.
Am I assuming it's a wooden mallet, or it could be anything else?
Looks like a wooden mallet end.
But it could be. It could really be anything.
Like actually made out of wood, which is unusual. The wood
Space
might
wood.
catch a fair price if it wasn't already waterlogged and rotting,
Space wood.
Half burnt.
half burnt. Yeah.
Look
You find a
close.
ring, a tarnished ring.
Is it worth 25 gold?
No, it's worth nothing. It's pretty tarnished and rusted. Doesn't fit you.
25 copper.
You need enormous fingers. Yeah, and some boots, but they're worn out. And a few dead rats.
I am wholeheartedly disappointed.
And a helmet that's broken down the middle.
What did I even use my wrath on earlier?
Rerolling.
I think so, maybe.
The boring option.
I thought you used a wrath. Oh, you did use a wrath.
Oh, I used one. Yeah.
Okay, so that's it. That's all you find in the cache.
Worth it.
Let's get
Worth
at
it. Finally did your objective.
Yeah. Spent 5 wrath this session.
Your objective was annoy the DM, right?
Annoy him until he says, fine. He's your freaking wrath.
Now it's time to let old painless out of the bag. Nice.
First shot.
For next session,
out of
I'd like you
ammo.
guys. For next session, I'd like you guys to fill out your 3 objectives and make them 6.
Ooh.
Okay. They want you to come up with 3 more that are specific to your character. You'll still have the 3 that are in there, so you'll be rolling a d6. So for the next session, I want you to come up with 3 more.
Gotcha. I can
Make
do that.
them reasonable, something that you could do, but at the same time, something that makes you think narratively of when to use it, not just like beginning of the session, you shout out something and that was your
We just have story time during our fight.
You better believe one of these is going to be delegate menial tasks to my underlings. In quotes. Underlings.
Okay. So, you head on. So about another 25 minutes pass. And as you're being led by Abigail and by Brander, you come across a door that has been clearly sealed. There's some pipes that are bent across it. You can see that there's some chains that have been wrapped around it. And and some welds that have been put into it to seal it in place.
We keep moving.
Are you sure? Because
Keep moving.
you know.
Sir,
I'm
if
pretty
all this
curious.
And from inside, you can hear, if you try to listen at the door, all you hear is very, very loud pumps. And when you look above it, you can see, sure enough, that it says pump relay station, and then it has a series of letters and numbers to identify which one it is. So when you listen, all you hear is you hear the sound of machinery and stuff. It's just very, very loud.
But
No.
Sir,
But are
what
we
could this
sure?
mutant have hidden in there if it had all of this and the other stash? If it wanted us to find this, what's it trying to hide from us?
You
Is
want
it
your
Soul
armor?
monger.
in there?
No.
I hit it in
It's not
another
gonna be
campaign.
Right.
Yes, sir.
It's not going to be in there.
oh, it's so tempting.
If you want, you can stay behind and
It's
try
a
and open
long
this door.
door.
It's a welded door.
Yeah, you want to stay back.
Oh, it's welded.
It doesn't look like it would be hard for you to break open it. It would take you a few minutes.
Axe.
Just plasma.
Yeah, power weapon.
It's plasma.
He shot the door.
If you want to stay back and open the door, by all means.
Maybe I should try and hack a bit through it, and if some water starts trickling out, we leave.
Yeah, we'll see you later.
It's a metal door. Like think of like a submarine door where it's like the dunk, that kind of thing. But like it's been, like I said, it's been welded in some spots. There's metal that's been
Nope.
thrown in front of it, jammed into it.
There's no terminal or
No,
anything around it.
no, not in this case. It's not electronically sealed at all.
No, I was trying to get a log of what was in there.
Oh, I see. Unless you use a wrath narratively declare it, no, there is not.
Death.
And that would be fun.
Death is behind the door.
Yeah, that would be fun, but probably not a good use of wrath.
It's nothing but
So no, there is not. There.
freshly boiled tea water. Just like gallons of it.
What kind? Green? Herbal?
No, it hasn't actually hit any tea yet, but it's meant for tea.
Oh, it's meant
Oh, then
So it's just
we're
boiling
catching-
water.
It's freshly boiled water.
Abigail wants a tea.
with the intent.
Needs to calm down. She's still shaking.
Yeah.
the
The
tea.
encounter with the mutant.
I want to open the door so bad.
Stop it.
So you're all just standing around the door, staring at it,
I'm
having this conversation.
Like, I want
must-
to open the
let's
door,
go.
but I know I shouldn't.
Yep.
Brander looks over and is like, "Why would you want to open the door?"
I'm not. No, we're going.
All right. So, all of our stuff was hidden in the wall, stolen by the awful mutant. You know,
Yeah.
Well, half our stuff.
what else does it have?
I guess that's true.
We don't have all our armor and stuff.
Brander, we gotta go.
I don't understand what would be that bad behind the door.
Yeah, what's behind the door?
Brander's all for opening it.
Go for it.
All right.
Whatever. We just
We're doing it. We're opening the door.
No.
I don't care. I don't
How do I open a door?
You can just start opening
Stop
it.
it.
It'll take you about 10 minutes by yourself. You're just like pulling the pieces off of it. Like things are jammed.
Put the chains down now!
I'll just power axe the chains.
So you're just starting to like cut through it with your power axe.
Alright.
I'll keep a good distance.
I'm charging up the plasma gun.
So everybody else is just watching as he
I'm
cuts
hiding,
through.
hiding behind him, like peeking around trying to watch.
What is taking in my hand?
He's covered. You're bigger than him.
Yeah,
It'd be
it's
more
true,
like
right?
you're like resting it down
I
here
guess
on
I'll
your
rest it on your
shoulder.
shoulders.
He starts tilting.
So 5 minutes passes. You're about halfway through, pulling off chains and stuff.
Why are we doing this? I have one.
Everyone just move off to the side.
Yeah, I
Is there a corridor?
But I want
Okay,
you
I'm
to
at the
know,
end of the corridor.
Well,
high
you know,
risk,
there's
high reward.
yeah. Okay, sure.
Whatever distance you've deemed safe after this event, that's the distance I'm at.
The two tallest people.
If the explosion
Yeah.
goes 100 feet, I'm at 101 feet away.
whatever nonsense this is, I am that plus 1 feet away.
Yeah, but it's going to be a gene sealer. I just know it.
It's a good thing I have this card.
Would you like to narratively declare that with a wrath token? There's a gene stealer in there.
But it's dead.
No, I'm joking.
I'm gonna save this for it's actually full of water and the gene stealer drowned.
Okay, so 10 minutes passes, and finally you break the last weld, and the thing just creaks open a little bit, and you're able to turn the handle, and unlocks the rest of what was holding it in place. And as you slowly open it, no water starts pouring out, except a tiny little bit down below. Like it looks like it built up a little bit, but nothing that was dangerous. And you open it up, and the noise gets louder, the noise of the pumps. So the door opens and fills most of the corridor. So anybody who's on the one side is now blocked from seeing what's going on. So Kenya, you kind of peer in, you look around, and it's a bigger room. Probably it goes up about 5 meters. And as you walk in, you see the pumps that are making all the noise. They're just working, moving whatever liquid they're moving around. Some of them are leaking a bit onto the floor. There's some emergency lighting on that's kind of flickering as you walk into here. And as you start to look around, as the lights flicker, you notice there are several large eggs,
Nope.
but this big, and they're in these little clusters of 4 or 5. And there's about, as far as you can see, as you just quickly look around, you see 3 clusters that are in your vision. What would you like to do?
Are they opening like this?
They're not opening. They look like just big eggs.
Now
It's
that-
hard to tell what color they are because
What's
the
going
lighting.
on in this ship?
I'm gonna get a little bit closer now that I've seen
You don't see anything
magma
because
and
there's.
lava not coming out of there.
It's full of eggs.
So Kenya disappears for a minute, and then you start to get curious. So you're gonna head towards it now.
Yep. Got me.
That's fine. I'm using you as cover.
I don't like this.
Nope, I'll follow the boss.
The pump room does go further beyond. Like it's actually quite a large room. This is just the immediate vicinity. And you can see that there's pathways and there's walkways going up to higher areas. But in the immediate area, you see these 3 clusters of eggs.
Uh-huh.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna break one open.
I peek around the corner and I just to witness
What
this.
sort of monster embryo comes out?
All right, so you're peeking around the corner, and you look in there, and he's
He's got
approaching-
the axe ready.
He's got his axe ready, or maybe this thing. It doesn't look like they'd be hard to break.
Yeah, the hilt of the axe will be fine.
I whisper madness under my breath.
Yeah, the egg madness.
Madness.
And so you walk up to one, and you just a swift hit, and it cracks really easily, just breaks open, and it spills out this orangish, reddish yolk. Sorry, not a yolk, but like as if the yolk was broken, like it was full of that
That's how
kind
you
of
spell
liquid.
Tyranids.
And it kind of drains out, and you don't see an embryo or anything inside. But after you hit it, even over the sound of the pumps, off in the distance on the other side of the room, you hear a shrill shriek that sounds not human.
It's time to get out.
It's like
Time to get out.
high pitch. Close the door.
How are you leaving?
I
Kid,
pick up an egg
kid,
and I
kid,
start to
kid,
leave.
kid, kid, kid.
I kill him right back.
I'm
All
ready to throw an egg at whatever.
Are you not going to run out of the door so we can close it? Come.
No, we're going.
Yeah, all right. He takes an egg and runs.
Are we closing the door before he gets out?
Yep.
I'm waiting. I'm trying to time it. Does he have time to get out?
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah. You don't. There's too much noise to know exactly where it is, but that shriek was above all that noise.
All right, so we close the door and do a good old classic movie spin.
No, the chains
Forgot?
on it.
Like a ye olde vault.
All
Yeah.
10 minutes.
It probably actually
And
requires
weld it.
one.
And weld it.
No, we're not. We would leave. We leave.
Okay, can you mute me? I'm gonna be right back. I have a miniature to show what this looks like.
It's just,
Oh, no.
It's just a
Egg?
My egg?
It's a patriarch.
The egg.
I'm gonna come back. This is what the egg looks like. But bigger.
He's got like a little, just like a regular little
the
chicken egg
heck?
that he painted.
He's gonna come back with a Tyranid warrior.
Yeah, I know.
Or one Hormagon.
Why'd you do this?
Be like, haha, there's 20 of them.
What flew by my head a second ago?
Whatever he hit.
Was that black thing?
You know the middle of a sprue where it like spreads out?
Okay,
The
yeah.
little T.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they
It's more
come
than
from?
an X.
It was like right here.
Well, an X.
An X is basically just a
So
thing
you-
with
Flew past.
Are you like one of those people who had the shreddies? Remember they were square shreddies?
They're,
When
but
you
they're
turned it?
diamonds.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't eat them anymore.
Diamond shredded for the best. Come on now.
I used to look at the colonel, and I thought he was like a little stick man with a big head when I was a kid. And then I realized, oh, it's just like the little southern bow tie thing. And then I realized recently that people still think it's a little stick man.
Wait, There is something it could be that's not Tyranid related.
What do you think it is?
Death.
Well,
Yeah,
you seem really excited, and a new model did just come out.
Amble. The legendary. I don't think we have an Amble.
The legendary Amble.
Oh, it's a good thing we have. Or what?
Or maybe I'm horribly wrong and we do have an Amble.
Okay, so you head back out into the corridor and you're able to close and junk and
And
lock
it's
the
not
door.
gonna care.
And you're holding onto the egg.
Yeah.
So you see him come back out holding this big egg.
Stupid.
What are you
Dumb
doing?
Madness. Okay, whatever.
Why did you do this?
Damage control.
We got an
Let's
egg.
just go. Let's just go.
Why don't you try talking to this one?
Nope. Nope.
So everybody else is further down the corridor. The two of you are near this door. What are you doing right now?
I'm going back to them.
I was gonna say, I'm with the boss the whole time.
He always
I'm
follows.
just a shadow.
I'm gonna
Okay, as you start to... What, you're going to what?
pull on the door, see if it opens.
No, it's locked.
Okay. That's all. I'm gonna walk
So
away.
as you're doing it, all of a sudden you hear ka-kunk. Ka-kunk, and you see parts of the metal bending a little bit.
I'm moving over.
You start to move away.
I run.
You hear a couple more ka-kunk, ka-kunk, and then it stops.
Oh dear.
Oh, boys, get ready. It's coming through the door.
No, it does the tyrant thing. It comes through the wall beside you. Gets me every time.
And then, so are you backing away from this, or are you like stopping and just observing the door being?
I'm gonna
Ka-kunk.
back away a bit and get closer to other targets.
So you're moving back. You're still in front.
And we're all moving away from him,
Yeah,
right?
you're still in
the
front. And all of a sudden, you see this strange thing. You see at the bottom of the door, you see this weird gray liquid start to pour itself
Oh, no, it's a
through
vampire.
the door.
It's a vampire.
And then
It's like a
all of a sudden
vampire.
it starts to form back up, and it starts to form into this huge, that fills the corridor. This creature that
Please don't let it be the dreaded Amble.
it's not the dreaded Amble. It looks like this.
Ooh, what the?
You want to somehow get the camera on that.
It's just a silver dog.
Actually, kind of looks like the things from Witcher 3. I can't remember what they're called.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the weird monsters that the Blood Angels fought with Salt
You
Harvest.
see that?
Oh, the
Oh,
mega arachnids?
Yeah, the
mega
mega
arachnids. Yeah, those are big though.
Yeah, this one.
Well, they
it's
could
forming-
take it to his base
It
marine.
takes up the whole
you
hallway,
can see
man.
you can see like mist
holding it up
mist
and you
forming
wanna-
around it,
Actually, is that mega arachnid?
and it stares at you. Let's just show the miniature. That's somewhat what it looks like. Not perfect, but close enough.
It's a mega arachnid.
Mega arachnids sounded terrifying. And the weird giant, like, Vlad the Impaler things they had going on.
The weird trees.
And all of a sudden, it opens up, and its jaw opens up in all sorts of weird ways. As you look at it, it's hard for you to focus on it at all. Just the reality of whatever this is confusing to your mind.
Blade 2.
And
Yes,
so
vampire.
immediately, I want two things to happen. The two of you who can see it, I want you both to make a corruption test. Difficulty 3.
Okay.
Luca.
No, sorry. Corruption test.
Okay, so you pass it with your wrath. You're good.
Oh,
Glory goes in the middle.
Difficulty
Are we
what?
already at full? 3.
oh
Are we already at full?
There is 6 in here.
Okay, so you're back up to 7 then.
I'm going to need to borrow one of those.
Oh, you
How
gotta
many did you
take
get?
one that I did not put in. He got 2.
We're down to 6 glory then.
I succeed.
Okay, so you both succeed.
Barely.
And I am not going to spend a ruin to go first.
Oh, we have entered combat, eh?
So I'm gonna. Who would like to go first? I'm gonna have one of the two of you go first before everybody else realizes.
I'm
what's going
gonna. I'm
Do I roll the egg at it?
all I know is we have 2 free item interactions, right? I do, like pull 2 weapons.
2 simple actions, which are
Yeah.
you can use as item interactions.
So I'm gonna start like backing up, like, oh no. So I pull out my stub gun
What's your furious leader? Oh no.
and my shock ball.
And you shock maul, and then do what?
I'm gonna move backwards. My
Actually, before you do anything else, I want you to take a fear test.
oh yes.
Difficulty 3 to act normally.
Is that resolve?
Yes,
Okay.
I believe.
Do I get a wrath die? Yeah. If I do get a wrath die, I got a 6. Not that that really matters.
In this case,
Glory.
no, because you're already full. No, you're already at full glory.
Oh, we are? I just took one.
Oh, you're back to 6. Okay, sorry. Yes, you can throw one in there. You're back to 7 then. Okay, so you pass it, so you can act normally.
Okay, so I will move backwards 6 meters, kind of as I'm shooting my stubber.
So you're gonna shoot, then move back. That would
Yeah.
be nice and close.
Narratively, I'm moving backwards and shooting. Like, oh no, stay away.
So you're in half range.
Yes.
Are you gonna salvo it and run out of bullets?
No, sirree, Bob.
You got 1 reload.
I got 8 BS.
But you
and
can
I'm
still
in-
fire it after that.
Oh,
If he
no.
uses the reload, he can still keep firing. As if he has something. If you have to use a reload and you don't have a reload, then you're out.
So I'm at half range. So I'll get an extra shot.
Yeah.
Or an extra die to see if I hit. What's his defense?
5.
I do get a hit, and I could shift. No, I can't. I can't shift.
And you got 6. Yeah. Okay. Damage.
It's going to be 7.
Okay. So as you pull out your stub gun, or your stubber, and you take a shot, it's not too hard to find purchase, but it just seems to pass through. Like what you thought was a part of its body, it just kind of poofs as it passes through, and then it reforms.
Huh.
And it looks and kind of like something. It just lets out a weird, alien, foreign sound that they're not quite sure what it is. It doesn't sound like any animal you've heard. It's just a combination of weird sounds that just racks your mind with agony.
I just realized I would have failed that hit anyways because I'm heavily wounded. Who would have been defense 7?
Oh, okay, that's right. You are heavily wounded.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
heavily
that's a good
wounded.
person to be up front.
Yeah, pay attention.
Okay, are you going to spend a glory to go again, or am I going to go next?
Yes,
With
we
Kenye
are.
at the front.
Absolutely.
All right. So like, everybody else can kind of see. They heard the bang of the stubber. You guys are a little further back, probably about 30 meters away. So one of you could act as well, or Kenye could act.
I'm going to fire my plasma gun.
So there's people between you and it. A lot of the corridor is narrow. It's filling the corridor, but there's 2 people.
That's unfortunate.
So you're not firing into melee, but it would be more difficult because it would be obscured. So it would bring its defense up to 7.
And I'm
And
heavily
if-
wounded.
9 then.
You're heavily wounded.
I am with my 1 wound.
Do not supercharge.
What's my
Or even half range to get an extra.
I do
It's
get-
30 meters away. What's your full range?
my full range is 48.
So you're not in half range.
I'm not, so I don't get
You
that.
can, I guess 30 meters. You need to be 24 meters away. You can move 6 meters.
Okay.
So you can move closer and be within half range to get the
Or you
extra
can
die.
aim. It's the exact same
I
thing.
can't aim.
Or you could aim.
I can't. When I'm
Okay.
heavily wounded, I can't aim.
Why not?
Because a rule.
Says that?
Yeah. If I'm heavily wounded, I can't take aim.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't know
Double
that
check
either.
that, or I can double check it.
Does the plasma gun have, what's its properties? Rapid fire?
Rapid fire, supercharge.
What's the rapid fire? Just 1?
Yeah, that's
So
one.
if you get into half range, you get plus 2 dice.
It's rapid fire 1 though.
Yes,
Yeah,
you get
but
an extra 2
I
dice.
get
Because
an
everybody
extra
gets the extra die, then you get the extra one too.
Yeah.
Heavily wounded characters just get plus 2. I don't think it says that. I think you're thinking of exhausted.
I am thinking of exhausted. Okay.
When you're out of shock,
Okay.
then you can only take 1 action. So you wouldn't be able to aim because you have to give up your move action.
Okay. Yeah, I'll move closer.
So you get 2 extra dice then. Okay, difficulty 9.
Woo!
You know, it doesn't look too bad.
7? 8?
Not that.
This is 6s, remember?
Yeah.
That's 9.
2, 4. That's 9. 2, 4.
Yep, it is.
It is 9 just.
You got it.
Okay. Yeah.
The plasma gun connects. What's the damage?
15 plus.
It's 15 plus 1 extra. I think just plus 1 extra. Yeah.
Yeah, then there's pen to it as well.
Oh, it's minus 3 AP.
Okay.
So just the 1 extra then.
Just like the real game.
15.
16.
16.
Okay, so there's this pure energy bolt. This skims right past you guys, and it crashes into it. It
Warm.
seems to have better effect than the stubber.
Oh my.
And you can see a big part of it just kind of poof out of existence, and it's trying to pull itself back together. It's soaking it.
9.
Oh, sorry, I have to spend. I'm going to try to soak, so I'm going to spend a ruin. It only gets 1 of those soaked. So sorry, how much damage did you do?
16.
So hold on.
It's a good thing we got old painless out of the bag.
Okay, I'm going to spend another ruin to re-roll my soak test. Okay, it soaks 3 in total. So you did. Oh, right.
I bet it's
So-
heavily wounded.
I think it's dead. Nothing can stop me.
All right, so you can see that it's having a hard time pulling itself back together, but it's not dead.
Okay.
Okay, so now it's its turn. It beelines straight towards Kenye.
I understand.
Finished.
And it comes up with these huge razor sharp claws, and this slices into you. What's your defense?
2.
Yeah, it's got a weapon skill of 8.
hard 2.
Hard to solid too.
He rolls a complication.
Ooh, nice.
I don't remember what
What's it gonna
happens
do,
when
drop its weapon?
Stabs itself.
Is there a complication?
One of
He-
its
well,
talons
he's
just falls off.
an elite, so I'm trying to remember. Do I grab a complication for elites? I know if I roll a wrath for anything, I think it just says the troops ignore complications and stuff.
Was that acceptable, Josh?
Well, yeah, because you didn't cough at me that time.
Well, I didn't, mine,
There's nothing wrong with being coughed on.
that's
My
what builds
immune
it.
system actually would be fantastic.
So would you like me to cough on you?
You've done enough for today.
When Vito gets sick, he apparently gets sick for his life.
And by life, a month.
That's a really long time.
It's actually getting better.
It is.
Sounds great.
Yeah, troops do not typically gain complications.
Typically, eh? It's a good word
Yeah,
they
they
use
use
there.
wrath dice. Okay, so I'll have to draw a complication then. But he does hit you.
Uh-huh. Are we both going down? That'd be cool.
Is Kenya going to slice in
And
half?
he does get to shift one of the damage as well. So let's do this first.
Oh, jeez.
This is AP minus 2, by the way.
Awesome.
And it does 12 damage.
Cool. Cool.
It does what?
Cool.
12 damage.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
So what's your resilience? What's your armor?
Nothing.
My armor is now 0.
Okay, so what's your resilience then?
5.
So you just took 7 damage.
Soak time.
I'm gonna try and soak, but I don't want to soak too good.
I know. I wish you could just say, "Can I just do up to this number?"
Okay, I
Soak
soaked 3.
so you
I
actually
lose
you lose 4 shock, and that. Sorry, how much damage did I say it was?
7.
So you were taking 7 wounds.
Yeah.
So you take 4 wounds instead.
All right, welcome to heavily wounded.
And 1 shock.
Yeah. It is going to get a complication. It falls prone.
Good.
The character's attack causes them to stumble or slip. So it comes forward, and after it attacks you, it just kind of slips on its side for a bit, and now it's prone.
Ooh. I'm gonna feed it the power axe if no one minds.
I've already gone, that's right.
So when it's prone, I think you get bonuses to hit it in close combat. Yeah, I think its defense drops by 2. That's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So its defense is 3. But you're heavily damaged, so it's back
So
up
it's
to
back
5.
up to 5.
Do it,
Better than
Kenya.
7.
Do it.
I'm gonna get him.
Chop its ghost head off.
Hey, that's 4.
That is 4.
You need 5.
You want glory?
Yeah, we have lots.
Are you going to spend a glory to do it, or are you going to wrath to reroll these
Do
You're-
glory. We have lots.
You know what?
Yeah,
It's-
lots.
Use a wrath. We got
Alright.
time.
No glory.
Oh, glory.
What time is it?
Wrath or glory?
3:40. I'm gonna use a wrath.
Metagame it. Alright, using the wrath. Reroll those 2 dice.
Hey!
You get 1 more. All right.
5. Look at that.
Good enough.
Perfect hit. How much damage?
Ignore that. It's gonna be 8 plus 2 ED.
Ooh.
Really? Is that it?
It is. It is 8 at AP2.
Because your strength is 3?
Yeah.
And it's penetrating 1, which just gives it more.
That's
I
a new
didn't shift
dice.
any
It doesn't
dice.
matter. It'll just give it more AP. So sorry, how much damage?
8.
8 2 AP.
With 2 AP. Okay, so as it's lying there on the ground trying to regain its footing, you come down with the power axe, and as you feel like you're chopping through one of its limbs, and yet you just slam the power axe into the water underneath it and pull it back up, and it doesn't seem to have any effect.
Help.
All right,
That's
somebody
not
else?
normal.
Yep. I'll do some shooting. Now I'm close to Lucas, so what range am I of this thing?
6 meters.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna just stand still and aim.
Okay, before you do that, at the
Yes.
end of his turn, I'm going to spend a ruin and have this thing stand back up. So it's going to be able to take special ruin actions.
Yep.
I can spend a ruin at the end of a turn to do a move or an attack.
Do you have 0 ruin?
I now
left?
have 0 ruin,
Oh, so it can't kill me in response.
unless one of you rolls a complication.
Oh.
Be that man, Josh.
No.
So I'm base 7, then 1 for close and 1 for rapid fire.
Okay, no, its defense is 5,
Okay.
but it's got people in it. It's actually in melee right now.
Yep.
So are you aiming?
Yes.
So then you don't get the +1 die then. You can aim to ignore the difficulties of shooting into melee.
But I'll still get the bonus for being close by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get basically you can aim to either get +1 or to fire into melee without risks.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Gotcha. So sorry. Yeah, no, I should still have these two because it's 7, then +1 for close, and then +1 for
Rapid
rapid
fire.
fire. Yeah.
And you're firing your hot shot volley gun. Hot shot volley
Volley
gun.
gun.
That's a word.
I believe.
Yeah.
Hey, crit!
Woo!
Ooh, we got a wrath.
Definitely. So sorry. What did you say it was to hit?
7.
Oh!
So, okay.
You got it?
Yeah, I still got it,
No shifting.
but
though,
no
right?
shifting at all. But I still would get to throw one in.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do that thing that I do where I pull a pre-existing one out to do extra damage.
Of course you do.
That's what my character's supposed to do.
I know. It's fine.
So it is AP2, and then 2 extra damage, so 9 plus nothing.
Boo.
So just 9 at AP2.
That's still pretty cool.
That's its resilience. So you do D3 shock.
Yep.
Oh wow, he is a tough boy.
3.
That's also pretty good. What if it's a demon that's got unlimited shock?
Do demons lay eggs?
This one does.
Maybe.
Okay, so you got a Wrath. So I've shuffled.
Yep.
And your Wrath is Overpowering Assault. The target suffers D6 shock and is staggered. And you can make that more severe and get 2 more shock on top of that.
Ooh,
back.
don't mind if I
Don't
So
mind.
another glory was spent. So D6 plus 2 shock.
3 more shock.
Okay, it appears to be getting exhausted.
Hey.
Staggered. What does staggered do?
Yes.
Knowledge is
If it hits me again, I could suffer annihilation and outright die.
Oh, were you looking up at like if you could die outright?
If I do double
I think
damage, double your maximum.
Yeah, I think it technically just killed me, but whatever.
No, wait, could I use Wrath to
I think
reroll
I
that
did.
or no?
Oh no, because I'd have to go down. From
Because it says any roll.
Well,
right?
what's your maximum wounds?
7.
6.
So I'd have to do 12 damage to you.
Like 12 wounds. 12
12
not
wounds
damage.
of damage. Like when I do 12 damage, you subtract your resilience. That's how much damage I did to you.
It could still kill me.
Sorry,
Wrath anyways.
What were we talking about? Staggered. Staggered character moves its moves is reduced to half, and they can't run or sprint for 1 round. So
Okay.
basically, it's slowed down. But
Good
it's also
job.
exhausted at this point too. It's out of shock.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Okay.
I'll lose Abigail.
Who else wants to try?
Screaming incoherently.
Abigail doesn't want to roll.
Abigail doesn't have very many options at this range.
Look at all these new things she's experiencing.
I want to go home. It was safer.
That's what you get for tagging up that little shuttle.
It was just paint. It'll wash off.
Space paint.
Oh, yeah,
So
you're
who
right,
else
the
is gonna
space
go?
paint, it's going
So you're
nowhere.
just going to stare at it?
Yeah.
Maximum.
Oh,
rapidity.
right. We forgot to do fear tests, though, for the people who were...
I did mine.
Oh, yeah.
I passed mine.
Oh, well, I guess I'll do one.
Oh yeah.
Dude, give me a fear test.
It's is it resolved?
Oh, geez, what happens if you roll a complication
Yes.
on a fear check? Is it too harder?
I did not pass.
What was the DN at?
3.
Oh, Kenny
Two
looks
dice.
worried.
2 dice? Yeah, really.
Complication on a fear test? I'll get a ruin.
Come on.
Oh, that's right. Way to fuel him.
Did you give me a complication, too? Ooh, another ruin.
I
Well,
got,
we were
I
all
got a
fueling
complication.
Kenny's death.
I passed, but I got a complication.
You needed 3.
Oh, yeah, 3? Okay, never mind. I failed.
So you failed.
Yeah.
So basically, anybody who fails gets a +1 difficulty to attacking it.
Spend a ruin.
That would have really mattered
I mean,
when you exactly hit.
glory.
Yeah.
I meant to glory, and I passed.
So you pass it, but you still give me a ruin. So I have 2 ruin now.
It's all right. Kill me.
Okay, so
Finish that.
so
sentence.
after you went then, because we should have done those fear tests, I'm going to spend a ruin, and it's going to attack Kenny again. Now it's exhausted, so your defense goes up to what now?
I'm sorry, I know. I get so scared and excited when people awful things are about to happen.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can shift one of them.
Listen, your lunch bills have been getting pretty high. This is the way we're... But you know.
12 damage again.
All right, so that doesn't kill me,
That's
but I am going to accept the hit and just go down.
Okay, down to 0 wounds.
Oh.
Drop to the ground.
boom, down to the knees, down to the face, boom.
Okay, I've got 1 ruin left.
Because if I attempt to soak, I go to 0.
Does anybody else have any attacks they want to make? I'm going to roll fear for our guardsman friends.
Does anyone...
There's no one else, right?
Yeah, that's it.
They've actually got
sorry,
pretty good
Abigail gets
resolve.
to go.
Abigail
No,
is screaming, "Go
okay,
here."
so Brander's shaking his boots. So is the other guard.
Mechanically doing it too.
All the guards are afraid,
Hey.
so they're not even going to take shots. They're just going to kind of cower.
Naturally.
The power of the Mega Arachnid.
Yeah, like, what is this thing? Jeez. Scary? Probably not even scary.
There's a ghost vampire arachnid.
You know, I feel like it's less scary than the Amble
Blade
would have
2.
been.
You know what?
Yeah, I think so. Lambo would be freaking scary. Does that mean everybody's gone then?
Yeah.
So we're in a new round.
Don't do it. Don't execute me.
Is it, do we get to go first? Unless, can we react to you stealing? We can't.
No, you can't. I had to choose. That's why this is terrifying.
Yeah.
Right?
Are you
You
gonna
see
do
that I
that?
have a ruin there?
And the egg
I can go
rolls to
first?
Luca's feet.
Okay, you want
Your
to?
narrative declaration.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna die if I don't.
Okay, the wrath. So as you fall to the ground, so that's the last of Kenny's wrath. He falls to the back, and he just kind of launches the egg backwards, which lands at your feet.
If I had wrath, I'd play soccer right now.
At that point, the thing all of a sudden crouches down and does that little weird noise of its, and it lunges for you.
Fine.
At half speed, of course, but you're only a few meters away. So
What's his movement?
high enough?
But he's exhausted.
He lunges towards you without any problem.
It needs to be.
But he's exhausted. Can he fight and move? Ooh.
You're right.
Ooh.
Isn't that
Don't do
charge
it.
then?
I can't
You mean
remember.
do like a multi-action? Yeah, I don't think you can do multi-actions when you're exhausted. May only take a basic move or a regular action, or disengage.
Also, does that mean a regular action is not a multi-action? Is that what it's saying?
Good question. I'm going to look up the more
You gotta-
exhausted.
Bang! I could go.
However,
for
they cannot
some-
perform any other combat actions such as aim or multi-attack. And they can't soak damage either.
if they're exhausted.
Okay, so instead, I'm still going to have it go.
Right.
But it lets out a shrill shriek of horror.
I'm getting
and then
ready.
it turns and it jumps through the wall back into the pump room. So you see it go plump, and it leaves behind this gray goo that's just dripping down the side of the wall.
Well, how is sealing the door gonna help?
I like how it tried to break through the door at first too, when it's clearly got.
Ethereal.
Right. It can phase in and out of existence.
But it leaves behind a bunch of goo.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
It's a
We can get the ghost hunters here to figure that out.
Ghostbuster vampire.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna walk up and grab the kid, and I'm gonna drag him back to everyone else.
Okay, so as you're doing that, I want you to give me a defiance check then.
He's fine.
Oh. Yeah, I guess you didn't have to think about using a wrath because he didn't have any. All right, so you stabilize as he drags you back towards everybody else. And what's everybody else doing at this point?
Giving the kid crap.
No, he's still unconscious.
I'm gonna wake him up.
I'm still giving him crap.
I'm gonna wake him up because he hadn't had a medicaid check yet.
Well, it's okay anyways. We're past that regroup. So you couldn't do another
Either.
one. You can do one between
Yeah.
regroups. Now, are you still heavily wounded?
Like,
So DN4 then.
oh yeah.
I can't believe
Do you have any shifts? Oh no, the shifts don't matter in this case. Because he's not during the regroup.
So Constantine's going to go over to the wall and inspect the goo and
Okay.
look back at Dutch and say, if it bleeds, we can kill it.
That's my line!
You can hear, as you're inspecting it, you can hear from behind the wall, off in a distance, you can hear the sound of it shrieking.
We gotta go leave that egg, too, by the way.
I think I don't get to say anything.
You're
I got one
you're
move.
conscious now, but like spitting up blood.
We gotta kill it. We gotta break its eggs.
No!
Break that egg right now.
You lack discipline! You think your father's going to be here all the time to wipe you into tushy? No! That is enough! I'm tired of this! We have to turn this moosh into muscles. Okay? We can't be like this all the time! No more going into this room! This is enough! I'm tired! I am tired of this! Okay? Back on Kadachan, there is no bathroom! So when this is happening, no more of this! You're coming with us now!
It's over.
I'm tired!
It's only over.
I'm just gonna lean over and grab the egg.
You see, now that I have the plasma gun, overwhelming fire!
Back on cat.
There you go. That's a wrath for you, Vito.
Yes! Yes! And I'm gonna spend it on...
Didn't you get it?
There's nothing to do with the objective. I can award wrath
Okay.
like
Can I have
inspiration.
wrath?
Take a knife.
That was good.
Stab the
Scared
egg.
me laughing at this.
Oh,
Hold it on, Vito.
so you went back. So you went back to the egg because it was left. Like they dragged you far away from it.
Oh no!
So you're gonna wander back.
No, I'm
towards
not
it.
going there alone.
I'm dragging you as you're like.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab his boot. It's like, you're mine now. You belong to me.
Belong to me.
Gotta kill it. Gotta break the egg.
He's crawling on. No, I want
You know what? Actually, this ship's not gonna be our problem soon.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think we need.
This is their bug monster.
This is awful. It's that weird mutants bug monster pet thing.
That ship is the worst.
Who would ever want this?
The mutant.
Apparently you.
Did you want to, okay, let me ask. Was your plan to raise it? Is that what you were doing? Was that the ultimate?
Maybe if we spell it R-A-Z-E.
Okay.
Yeah, because...
Did you take an egg just to kill it later?
Oh, I took an egg, so when it ran out, I could throw the egg at somebody and distract it.
What a monster.
Are you trying to get someone killed?
This is the monster, I don't believe you.
We're going hunting.
No.
So what are we all doing during all this? Are we moving away from this place?
Yes.
Yes.
I assume he's being dragged at this point.
Are you willing to follow now?
You are mine now.
How do we hide from this thing?
I don't know.
He's calling
Brander
no.
and his 2 guards are visibly shaken right now. They're speechless and kind of in shock.
Are you gonna just stay here and let that thing get you?
No, they're coming with you,
Okay.
but just almost in a trance, just to
You know what? Maybe if we get back to the normal parts of the ship, it's still probably gonna be just as awful up there, actually.
So...
You have to steel yourselves.
This guy was into some heretical crap.
It was just paint.
It was just paint.
Space paint.
We went
It is
from
permanent.
We went from maximum graffiti.
Brander, out of curiosity, what other sort of illicit things are you carrying on this ship?
Were you even aware
Other
of this?
I
than
have-
mutants, death monsters, and unsanctioned psychers?
I have no idea. This is stuff I'm not sure. I'm not aware of any of this stuff.
Nothing you might want to give us a heads up on?
Can I do insight on that?
I know. Truth be told,
He's crying.
I may have smuggled some illegal contraband on board. You know, what is some higher quality food, some spices. I used some of it in your food, and maybe some extra low sticks as well. That above the number that we're normally rationed. May have gotten an extra from the black market. I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry. I didn't know it would cause so much problems.
Can I try an insight? I believe you might want to roll insight.
How about you roll
Well, then you
insight
leave
anyway and see what happens?
Well, you can roll it. I don't care. Remember
That's
the
his dad's word to the phone. Just start rolling random checks just to get more glory in the
That's
pool.
one thing that they talk about, I think, in the FAQ, where they're like, don't let your players just randomly make rolls for everything all the time.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, no, I have a rule as a GM that you don't tell me when you're going to roll.
Right.
You tell me what your character wants to do, and then I tell you when you're going to roll.
I believe.
So you can go ahead and roll dice all day long. Has no effect.
Well, that's good, because that's a lot of
Pretty
ones.
good.
Let's see here.
So you don't think he's lying?
You know, I also don't think he's lying. Me as Luca, I
see.
believe him.
I'm I just said you don't think he's lying.
I think he's good.
Okay, we're going to continue on?
Yes.
Or do you want to go back and see if you can beat up the thing?
How far away are we from,
No, it's too late. I'm dragging him.
Yeah, no, there's no way. No way. What do we even get? We get monster blood? What are we going to get from killing it? Let it go live its life in peace.
2 swords.
2 swords.
Are
2
we
magic
ke-
swords.
Are we keeping
those are
the
power
egg?
blades.
Are we smashing it?
No, the
the
egg's
egg's
gone.
way-
The egg's
it was left
gone.
way
It was
behind.
left behind.
Yeah.
Egg's gone. How far away are we from? I'm assuming whatever hatch we need to go up to get to our the offices. I looked both at Abigail and Brandon.
Another half an hour at most.
That's actually pretty reasonable. I think you know what? Let's just not open up any sealed doors. Let's. Why would they even bother welding it? Oh man, it's just no more doors. How about let's just go?
Yep.
I would like to travel for half an hour now.
In silence.
Let's just go get our stuff.
I said silence.
My character knows not silence.
Kicking dirt at Kanye whenever he talks.
Okay, so we continue.
What is
So
it supposed to be?
Another half hour passes uneventful. Besides everybody being shaken up and still wondering what the heck happened, and holding on to wounds from razor talons puncturing into you.
The real razor talons.
Yeah, ethereal razor talons puncturing into you. And finally, you come to the point where it seems like the best place to come out. According to your schematics, you're going to be entering into some of the crew quarters, the indentured servant quarters, to be exact. There's always a part of the crew that they're more indentured servants than paid crew.
Yeah.
So this happens to be some of the crew quarters, which aren't too far away from the main records room. It's the easiest way to come out, basically. So I'm going to assume you continue unless you say otherwise.
No.
Okay.
Just pop
I
up.
continue.
I continue.
All right. So you crawl up. It's not too hard to open it up, and you enter into what passes for crew quarters. It makes the prison area look kind of nice. As you're walking down these even more narrow hallways, like it feels. Has anybody ever been in a submarine?
Yeah,
I have
all the
actually.
time.
Yeah. Well, I have actually. There's one that was in like a museum area. There's a submarine next to it that you could go through.
Yeah.
I've been 32.
Well, it's claustrophobic.
32.
Like the ceilings. I'm sorry, tall people. The ceilings are now 5 feet.
You know what? I don't think they allow tall people in submarines anyways.
Yeah. And you see that every few feet there's another little door, and if you ever peer into these doors, you see the rooms that they stay in. There's these tiny little beds. They're like stacked 3 high with, but that much space between the beds. And so each of these people would just be crammed inside of these. And a tiny little toilet. And that's it. That's every room. That's the furniture, is the beds and the toilet. And as you come out, and in fact, when you're opening the hatch, you have to push a body aside in order to do so. And as you come out, though, and you see there's all sorts of bodies everywhere. Some of them are in their bunks. Some of them sitting on the toilets. Some of them lying in the corridors that you have to step around somehow, even though they're on the way. But there's no signs of struggle. There's no signs of blood or any damage to any of these bodies as you're making your way through. And at first there's just a few, but as you make your way through, you're not that far. You're probably just a couple hundred meters away from the door that gets you out of this little area. And about halfway there, you start to notice that there's more and more of these bodies just slumped up to the side. No signs of any injury. Some of them you even see are kind of breathing as if they're just lying there asleep. And so you're making your way through this right now.
Quietly just passing through.
Yeah, try not to get grabbed by people with their eyes closed anymore.
Yeah, keep it real hush, keep it real quiet. No one freak out. I look at the guards and Brander. How do they look?
They look freaked out.
Are they
The ones they have. Remember, Brander has the autogun. The other two have little stubbers, and they're shaking. And the one's one of them, in fact. Actually, let me roll for each of them. Okay, so Brander seems to hold his cool, but the other two guards are starting to you can see them slowly. The level of panic is building up in them, and they're starting to get very itchy trigger fingers.
Maybe
These guys
put
are
those
mean.
away.
Is that your attempt at a leadership check?
Would be.
Okay. Give me leadership. Difficulty 3. To remove the condition.
Leadership's actually my worst one.
Nice.
4. Yep.
Okay, were you able to shift anything?
No.
Okay, so you're able to calm down one of them.
Oh.
The other one still looks visibly shaken. And you can see him starting, he stops, and Brander turns and looks back at him, and he's just like, "This isn't right. This ain't right. This ain't right." And he looks like he's about to just crack.
Getting too old.
Man. Alright.
Light him up.
He shoots.
Yeah.
Okay,
I know.
you're taking a shot at him?
I couldn't do it.
At Brander?
No, the buddy. How close to him?
Oh, you're easily in rapid fire.
I got time to aim.
No time to aim.
Okay, so that's we got the 7.
You took too long.
I couldn't do
You
it.
spent half of your turn deciding to do it.
I felt too guilty to do it.
I hit him.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's defense 2.
This is sad, everyone. I apologize.
Yep.
What's this guard's name? We never took the time to learn, did we?
You can ask
okay.
afterwards.
He's dead.
They
I'll
never
shift
found
that
it.
His name
towards.
is dead.
Is he? Do you want me to actually roll for damage?
Yeah.
This is
Okay,
his face.
so I'm gonna shift that towards
Yeah,
damage.
he's wearing armor.
Okay, and then I'm gonna do an extra point of damage and pull one of these out.
You're like some sort of
All right,
awful
glory
glory,
has been spent.
glory
Is there
parasite.
4 left?
Yeah, it's 9.
Is there how many glory are left in the pool there?
3 remain.
3. Okay.
So 10 damage with 2 pen.
10 damage with 2 pen?
Yeah.
Yep. You got him.
He's down.
Oh, he's dead.
Dead.
Just
Lou's gonna celebrate this kill.
so you take a shot and just boom, blast through the side of him, and he yells out in pain, and then he falls to the ground. Just the shock alone killed him, let alone the immense bloodlust that he's about to experience.
I look at Brander and I apologize.
And Brander turns like, "What the heck was that?" And he raises up his autogun and points it at you.
Oh, Brander. Why do I have to do the fellowship?
Somebody else could talk.
I don't know because you keep talking.
Sorry.
Yeah,
it's like
You're the one
immediate-
that says things.
No one says things. Go quicker.
Because you keep talking. No one gets a chance
He
to
was
say
gonna generate-
anything.
He was going to take a shot at us. You got to understand. We need to get through this.
Well, he actually looked like he was about to shoot one of the bodies on the
Yeah.
ground.
Well, whatever. We don't know what's going to happen. Haven't you been attacked by the other guards? No.
No.
That hasn't happened to you.
No.
Happened to us. They didn't even open their eyes.
So he's distractedly talking to Brander. Brander's getting a hellgun pointed at him.
So you turn and point the gun at him too?
Oh yeah.
So you can see it starting to escalate. All right, so give me a persuasion test. At this point, his being unnerved, I'm going to make a difficulty 5 to talk him down.
Okay. I understand.
Oh,
Hey.
you just got it.
You just got it. Nice.
Don't have to kill Brander.
Don't
So he's
have
just
to kill
shaking, but he like slowly lowers his autogun. And he's like, "Man, this is a day I wish I just stayed in bed."
You'd be dead.
I'm gonna say you're probably better off with us.
I don't know about that.
There's wall.
My
monsters
experience
that
so
walk through
far
walls.
has not really.
You're still alive. Look at all these who are dead.
Yeah, look at that guy.
I don't know. The rest of them don't look dead. Yeah, that one right there is breathing. They're just lying here asleep. Why the heck are they just lying there asleep?
What was his name? The one we just killed. I need to know.
Please put it
Are
exactly
you
like that.
asking Brander like that?
Yeah, I'm asking Brander.
What is his
What
name?
was his
the man we
name?
have murdered in front of you. Your friend.
Larkin. It's Larkin. He's worked here for the past 6 months.
Oh, he was
New blood.
FNG.
At least he wasn't almost retired.
I'm sorry, Brander.
One
He's
space
retired
away
now.
from retirement. Yeah.
He was about to crack. Under pressure.
He's like, I know.
So as I'm still pointing the gun at Brander, I'm just gonna kind of over my shoulder, sir.
No.
He's lowered his autogun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
Fine. Yeah. You
I'll
got to
I'll
understand.
lower the hot shot.
This is an untrained. He's not as trained as you are, right? So.
He's an untrained, not as trained.
Yeah. He doesn't say untrained soldier, but he's not a soldier. He's just a guard.
Untrained guy.
Yeah. He's not prepared for situations.
Well, we
like
might
this.
as well just walk forward and hope nobody lunges out and gives us a nip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep our cool. Be aware. But let's try and proceed through this room. Is there any way we get, like, as we're walking, try and be aware of anything that might jump out at us?
Yeah.
Okay, we could use our awareness.
You all have a passive awareness.
That's true. Okay.
So you're good there. If you have a specific thing you'd like to try to do while you're passing through, you can let me know. And I'll tell you if there's any rolls that you need to make.
I'm
And 100 meters to the exit, there's just all these bodies everywhere, and you're just kind of walking slowly, stepping over each of them, and trying not to disturb them. Feeling this eerie silence,
Yeah.
but you can hear the heavy breathing.
They're not moving, they're just breathing.
They're all asleep.
Yeah.
For lack of, they just look like they're all asleep.
Is there anything on the wall, Sergeant?
I was gonna say, with people being heavily damaged, I assume they're moving slower.
Yeah, narratively, it doesn't have any effect in game, but
I was gonna say the only thing I kind of want to do then is if they're moving slow anyways, I'll kind of take my time and just sweep with the gun kind of as we're moving along.
just keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Away from you. It'll be hard for them to surprise you if one jumps
Yeah.
out at you.
Is there anything happening to like the walls or the ship that we're passing by, or like this corridor?
On these walls, no, they look perfectly normal. Well, it's dirty. The light is low, and it's clearly not a very nice place to live. But you're able to just kind of, you're crouched because of how low the ceiling is, and you're just stepping over people. And it's a very disturbing sight to see hundreds of bodies just lying around, just sleeping quietly, seemingly peacefully. As you head your way, you're 50 meters away from the exit now.
Let's keep it that way.
As you slowly creep over each of them, finding that you can't go faster than a very careful tiptoeing, trying not to get over them. 25 meters away from the door, you can see it now. It's ahead of you. The bodies, the amount of bodies start to lighten. There's not quite as many because now you've passed the area where most of the rooms are. There's less rooms here, and 10 meters away from the door, hardly any bodies for you to step over. When you get to the door, there's one body currently hanging like this holding on to the handle.
This is Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
Just as if he was about to open the door and fell asleep in the process.
I was thinking chin-ups.
Just kind of grab his fingers and slide. Slide.
And it just slumps to the side.
And door.
And open the door. All right, so you open the door into the hallway, and you step out into the hallway, and there's more of these bodies everywhere.
I don't think it matters if we close the door now.
Immediately, everyone wakes up.
Yeah.
Silent Hill.
And he's like, but that's when Brander points, and sure enough, not 15 meters away, you can see the familiar sight of the records room.
Nice.
We have time.
Okay.
You'd fit a lot in one of these sessions. I've noticed that.
I figure,
We're gonna look through the records.
should we go? Should we go?
Yeah, it's the worst that could happen. Yeah.
I look around, I'm just...
Allow me to educate you.
And through the floor comes a screaming monster.
Two of them now. He went to go get his mate.
More ethereal vampires.
Yeah.
It took me a second because I'm like, is he Australian?
Hey, mate, don't take my eggs. I brought me mum.
No,
So you remember when you first came here, it was a very busy place. As one of the doors is ajar, and you push open into the records room. It's normally a very busy place with scribes and servo skulls and servitors quietly bustling about, recording the details of everything and everyone who passes through this place. That's what you remember. Or filing the volumes of information on the towering stacks of shelves. So behind each of the desks, if you want to call them that, there's just shelves and shelves and shelves of stacks of paper and other parchment and stuff. But now, it is empty and quiet. The only sound is an electro pen scratching busily on paper. Now, when I say it's empty, that's not totally true. Dominating the room is a huge podium. You remember this when you came in. This was the one that you approached, where behind it was a member of the Adeptus Administratum. It looks more like the walls of a fortress than a simple writing desk, covered in the symbols of the Adeptus Administratum. And sitting behind the desk is that same clerk, hooded in his voluminous robes, purposefully marking something down, and several skulls hover nearby, waiting for orders. As you approach him, you see that not everything is right about him. It's not the way that you remembered him. This scribe is now somehow fused with his desk, and with several of the servo skulls going around him. You can see like these long wires kind of coming out, and they're attached to the servo skull, so as it moves around, it's like yanking on parts of his flesh. And as he's sitting there, he has an extra arm that's just gripping the desk, but it's totally fused to the desk at this point. His flesh and the machinery twisted together in some nightmarish melding. The scribe does not glance up from his work as you approach. You're still a little further away, though, so I'm not going to assume that you're approaching at this point as you notice this. What would you like to do?
I'm going to assume this is where that main computer, like log area might be, is where this podium is.
So maybe don't shoot him.
Right.
I would like to approach.
I'm going to...
So you approach?
Yeah.
So as you walk forward, without looking up, all of a sudden you hear that electronic voice that he had before, but garbled with other liquids inside of his throat. State your names for the record and your reason for this inquiry. It says in a flat, hollow, gurgly voice.
Kenya East von Castellan. Reacquisition of property.
And he just slowly looks up. And as he looks up and the hood kind of pulls back, you see that his flesh is all twisted. He had implants before, but you can see that those implants themselves seem to have grown and sprung new wires. And they've taken over most of his face. And then there's this weird yellowish, greenish flesh that's even coated over top of those. As he looks out, you can see his one eye looking through it. The other one's totally covered by some sort of bionic. And he just looks down at you. For what purpose?
I got no good answers here. To join the party. You guys seem to be throwing a nice soiree here.
I'm not in the mood for jokes.
To defend myself.
You've been released and now you're just, taking your stuff back.
Yeah.
Acquisition paperwork.
Still being
Brander.
If only you had a
Yeah? I mean, yeah?
Yeah. We need you to deal with this. I don't understand the lingo. This is what we would call back home menial work.
I don't deal with scribes. I just bring the prisoners in and then do what I'm told.
No paperwork. Do you have forms? Forms I can fill out?
He raises one hand. He points over to one of the desks. Go speak with Scribe Jensen to fill out the forms.
Oh no.
Sure.
And then he looks back down and starts scribbling again.
Welcome to Bureaucracy
I was gonna
Simulator.
But the desk that he points over at is empty.
Oh.
Sir,
Scribe Jensen.
Jensen appears to be MIA.
He doesn't seem to respond to that.
Come on, man. I'm going to check Jensen's desk.
So you're going to go over and search his desk?
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
Whatever form says reacquisition.
Maybe this man is a simple scribe. Maybe he just wants a form.
This is going to be a scholar check.
Wow. What a wild
Oh, yeah.
Anybody here trained in that?
You better believe
No, but I'm
I'm
wondering
not.
if I can use Scrounger for this.
I had to get rid of Scholar.
Ooh, what's grounded?
This is my archetype ability.
What does that ability do?
That is where you can make plus rank to cunning test. Make a single retroactive influence test with a bonus of plus rank once per session, representing an item they had prepared in advance.
What I would probably do is, if you're paying attention to all this and want to help, is I would give you a bonus to your cunning because of that.
Okay.
And so essentially the idea. Actually, give me a cunning check, difficulty 3 with a bonus 1 die.
With a bonus 1, okay.
And then I'll
And
tell
I
you.
get a bonus to plus rank for cunning. As it is. Ooh, okay. What was the test again? How much?
3.
3?
Huh.
I can shift 3.
What would you like to do with those 3? Essentially, what I was going to tell you if you passed it is that you could probably use your abilities as a ganger to forge the documents if you can find the appropriate stuff. So what would you like to do with the shifted dice?
Oh, definitely forge it. And maybe get access to a little more, like maybe ship supplies.
Okay, I like that. So hold on. So you're shifting 3 dice. Remember that.
Yes.
So was it 3 or is
Yep.
it 2? It's 3. Okay. So it gives you the idea as well as a bonus to you guys are allowed to do basically at this point that unlocks the ability to, if you convince them to give you the items, to do an influence test. One of you can do an influence test to try to acquire more items, almost as if you were shopping. We're going to use the shopping mechanic
Oh my.
for this, but because of this, you can shift those 3 dice to give a plus 3 die bonus to that influence test. Okay, so you easily you get the idea, and you realize that there's plenty of material around here as he's searching through Scribe Jensen's desk, not knowing what on earth he's looking for. That if you find any kind of paperwork, that you could probably forge it to be what you want. And given the current mental state of the main scribe, you might be able to pass it off as what you're looking for.
It's not so different from the bail paperwork back home.
Right. So you can convey that information however you see fit.
So yeah, if we just fill these out, he's not going to check it very close.
Oh, let's just do that then. Stupid Scribe Jensen not keeping a neat desk in these times of turmoil.
So you're going to forge the papers then?
Yep.
Okay, so you do that successfully because you've already passed this test. But by doing this, you've essentially what I'll let you do is I'll let you use those 3 dice how you see fit. You can shift them over to the influence test. It'll allow the influence test first off, just the fact that you got them.
Yeah.
But you can shift them over. There's going to be a deception test required to pass off these papers.
Okay.
You've made the papers, but then somebody else has to convince them, whoever wants to do that. And so you can use any of those 3 dice as bonus dice to that. But then whatever's left over, you can use on an influence test to try to gain more items after that too. So are you going to... So you spend about 10-15 minutes crafting the paperwork.
Yeah, it's a very nice, neat portfolio we have here going.
Okay. And then what are we going to do?
Well, I guess we can present it to.
So you're going back up to the scribe?
Yeah.
So he's
I
still
might as
sitting
well
there
do it.
scratching. He's towering over top of you because his thing is all the way up. So you're basically looking up at him.
Yeah.
And as you approach, he says the same thing that he said to Kenye. State your name for the record and your reason for this inquiry. He keeps just writing.
Moira here for acquisitions. I'm not telling him my real name.
Acquisition paperwork.
Pass it up. And you want deception?
And where did you? Who authorized these reports?
Do we have anyone's name?
Zenobia.
Zenobia?
Who's Zenobia?
That was the captain of the guard.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's right.
Captain Zenobia?
Guard
All
captain.
right, give me a deception test.
Okay.
This is going to be difficulty 5.
Okay.
Are you still heavily wounded?
Lightly.
So you're difficulty 6 then.
Okay. And then
Yeah, we'll get those glory over there. But you can shift up 1, 2, or 3 of those dice from your cunning test to this if you like.
Ooh, should I use 3? I've got a 7 going into this.
You need to get 5. Do you have a wrath to reroll?
Yes. So I should be fine, actually.
I think it might be fine.
Let's see.
Oh
Yeah.
him.
Any shifts?
No shifts.
Wrath die? 1 or 6?
No.
Okay, so you just get it then. He looks at it. He lets out a great sigh. Very well. He sighs dramatically, as though he's performing some great and difficult task. He turns slowly, yanks out one of the pipes that is attached to him with one of the servo skulls, and then he gives it information. He gives it objectives, and it's this word, and it whirs out of the room outside. And a few moments later, it comes back, and it's carrying a data slate with it on the bottom of it, and it drops it off. And he's like, and he hands it down to you. See storage room Gamma 756 for your items.
Great. Thanks.
They still have the ability to do the influence test as well, but you have to have a conversation with them about that. Anybody could do it, but only one. So essentially, the way this works is you decide what you want to have.
Wow.
The rarity gives you a penalty. So first off, basically it's going to be a DN3, and common is 3, uncommon is going to be 5, 6 for rare, 7 for very rare, and 9 for unique. I'm not going to allow unique. We're just going to go from common to very rare.
So look at mods.
Somebody want to get the tank a refractor field?
And then whatever the thing is, if you don't match any of its keywords, it's a +4 on top. +4 on top of that.
What's the keyword?
But if you do match its keywords, for every keyword whoever's doing the influence test matches beyond the first, you get a +1 die. Normally you could spend assets or wealth, but in this case you can't because you don't have access to them.
Hello, we would also like to inquire as to the location of a refractor field.
Is that what you guys are going to look for? What's the rarity of a refractor field?
I don't know. You
It's
tell me.
rare.
Oh, there you go.
So you're looking at difficulty 8 influence test.
Oh jeez.
Apparently.
What's the keywords on a refractor?
Force field, Imperium, Astromilitarum.
So you're the one doing the influence test?
I have Imperium.
The only one that you share is
My
Imperium.
influence is 7 because we're trying to acquire goods or services.
We could probably find more practical stuff.
Would you like
Other
to find
than
something
making
more
me-
practical?
Other than making me proper.
What are those areas?
The ammunition backpack. It has 10 reloads. I could use that.
That's not a terrible idea, really.
Yeah, and by refractor field I meant ammunition backpack for a plasma gun. Standard issue.
Keyword is any.
How many mods can you have on a weapon?
Sure. Keyword any.
It's uncommon.
Well, that's easier. Any just means you share the keyword. It's +2, so it'll be difficulty 5
All
then.
3 upgrades.
And do we have any dice left over from Aaron shifts.
We have all 3.
Oh, all 3 shifts?
I didn't use them.
Okay, then yeah, you can do all 3 extra dice.
Let's throw 10 dice then.
You need to get 5.
You got 2.
Did you get a complication or a wrath?
Yeah, just
I didn't get diddly.
Do you want to reroll anything? Can
He
we?
has no wrath. Okay, well, that was fun.
What?
I wouldn't.
All of that effort. But you do have the data slate, and he just looks down at you. Request denied. Armory is closed for business. And he starts scratching and going back to work.
Can we reopen it with my plasma gun? I didn't say that.
Not without any ammo.
Well, that was truly awful.
Good thing you didn't go for your refractor field.
And we're gonna head over to get our stuff now, I guess.
Brander knows where it is.
Good.
A silenced bolt gun.
How do you silence the grenade explosion at the end?
You don't.
So that coming out is silent. Boom! A silence grenade.
It's just like, I don't know.
Could have got a long las.
There's some cool stuff. Yeah, there's some cool.
I mean, not with my roll,
I
but
figured out the answer. You can have 3 weapon upgrades on your weapon.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I could use a red dot sight.
So you're heading over to storage room
Oh,
Gamma
that's like-
756?
we are.
Red dot sight's so good.
Okay. So you head over to storage room Gamma 756, which is about 5 minutes away.
One day.
As you approach it, you notice flanking the doors to the room are 2 combat servitors. Each of them, though, does not have the normal clamp arm. Each of them has rigged with a heavy bolter. And they are not. They have nothing from their torso or from their waist down. But you notice that instead they are
Built into the wall.
they're built into the wall, and also there's wiring hanging from the ceiling that's kind of bolted in there.
Do they look online?
Yes. In fact, as soon as you get anywhere near them, they all of a sudden they look up, and in their monotone voice, they demand authorization for access to the records room.
That. Servitor? Go.
Well, you already have the data slate.
Oh, that is like go.
So as you start to approach them, anybody that's trained in tech notices that they seem to have a bit of a glitch to them,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, wonderful.
which makes you wonder immediately if they're going to be able to accept anything. So
Is there any cover around?
it's plenty.
I'm gonna go grab some of it that looks
This is good looking cover.
This doesn't look good. Yeah, I just gonna go grab cover.
Yep, good idea.
They don't open fire.
Well, I'm gonna try and give them authorization and hope for the best.
So you're going to walk up and try to give authorization?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why wouldn't
Are you
wait for it
trained
to
in
get
tech
the
at all?
I
No,
am.
we're all,
You
we're all
are,
on
okay.
cover now. I got my stuff.
So give me a tech roll, difficulty 3, and I'll tell you.
Oh, what's your tech?
The deck's good, bud.
Your tech's good.
Doesn't matter.
Woo!
1, 2, 3 with 2 shifts.
What would you like to do with those 2 shifts? I have a suggestion.
They do not open fire, and I repair their glitch.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. So as you approach and you notice one of their scanning eyes, one of the bionics is not working properly, and so you figure that if you tried to have a scan, it probably would have triggered their alert, and so you're able to deftly put it back into place. It's like literally hanging out the side. It's like clunk, back in, and then you scan it. Authorization accepted. They just retract and they kind of power down, and the doors they slide open. Everybody else is behind cover. As you walk into the room, it's a small storage room, just with a few crates, and you can see each of them are labeled with your names.
Nice.
No extra names.
No extra names.
Well, that's convenient.
So I guess
Well, you were
I'll,
brought together as a group, right?
You got 2 combat servitors guarding
Our stuff.
I'll break cover and I'll walk into the room as well.
All right, boys, help
Yeah,
me
I
suit
got-
up.
It's like they knew this was going to happen.
All right.
Okay, so you go in
Yep.
and you find all of your items,
Nice. I suit up.
and that's where we're going to end today.
We should rest in here. There's door guards.
Oh no, you're right. I got that a little wrong. They weren't guarding the room, your storage room. They were guarding it to the main storage block, and then when you pass through, then you're able to unlock your room
Okay.
specifically.
That makes more sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but you are in the storage block now, and you quickly find Gamma 756. You went to storage area Gamma, and then you found room 756, and that's where yours were. You're right. That did seem a little odd. And they're like, wait, no, you're right. Whoops, whoopsie. They don't have 2 combat servitors heavy bolters at every single room. So you get all of your gear back, and 5 build points.
Heyo.
And everybody's already got all their gear written down, right? Like I've got a big list.
Yeah,
of gear.
I've never erased it.
Nothing's missing except for anybody who had knives. You don't have a knife.
What?
You got your shivs, so you're fine.
I have my knife.
I had a knife bayonet on my Vulcan.
Well, that's different.
Okay, cool.
And obviously the items you already found, they're not in here. So sure enough, as you search through, you do see that they've been pillaged a little bit, and that those items are missing. Obviously, it's not an extra power axe.
Oh wow.
Or an extra.
You can't dual wield.
And that is our session for today.
10 build points. Oh wow.
I love it. One thing I'll say about Wrath and Glory is I feel like you can get a lot done in one session.
Yeah.
Now imagine what
Now,
you
mind you,
done
so
in two.
far all our combats have been pretty straightforward. But honestly, even that combat with the servitors, if you do that in D&D, that would have been an hour. Easy.
We'd still be at that.
Yeah, that would have been an hour because it would be like moving a miniature, killing one guy, maybe. You'd probably take several hits per guy.
Yeah.
I like the rule of put them in a mob, let you kill a few at a time so you feel like you're getting through
It's
something
way
real
easier
fast.
to hit things too. Like,
That helps.
yeah.
That helps. But I like that. But it's also easy for you guys to go down.
Well, they compensate by having resilience and stuff like that. Because like in D&D, you roll that you're rolling badly, you're just not hitting at
Well,
all.
AC in armor class is a combination of how dexterous you are,
Right.
how much armor you're wearing.
Right.
And how much magic.
If you're big, they typically have smaller ACs. If they're wearing lots of armor, they have higher ACs.
That's what I liked about like Dark Heresy and all them. I like the whole resilience mechanic plus armor and all that. It was good.
It might be silly, but that's one of my favorite things because it just makes the weapons feel weapony.
Yes.
They're punchier.
Yeah.
What, in this game, or are you talking about Dark
Or
Heresy?
both.
Both games, both.
They both have the resilience mechanic.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to sign off here and then do our post-game chat with everybody who's on live. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can join us live next Tuesday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time for our session. And of course, if you're not able to join us live, that's fine. We post it the following Friday of every week after we've filmed it. So thank you so much for joining us today. I think we covered everything. And we'll be right back for our live chat, Q&A, whatever interaction. Happy role-playing.